Jean production.
Don't be jealous of them in a relationship, because you are going to definitely have your time, and when you do get into a relationship, that might just be the one that you're with for the rest of your life. That might be your complete soulmate, and they might not even found theirs, so don't be jealous. I say it depends on the person, because growing up, my mom was brutally honest, but she said it in a way that was both blunt and both truthful. Like, I needed to hear it. So it depends on the person, how they're going to take it, but try to say it nicely. There are a lot of things that you could do in your house that are free 99 for you to work out, okay? You can go ahead and go up and down your steps for cardio. You could run around your living room or run outside if you don't want to go to the gym. You can use things in your house as weights. Just use what you have. Try to find people that kind of gravitate to you without you having to try, you know? Because a lot of people in school try to fit like a certain look or type. They try to act a certain way to fit in with people, but you don't have to do that to get real friends. I would say don't try to rush into things really fast, because a lot of people tend to think too much about, like, oh, when do I have sex with them, or do I buy them gifts and things like that. Just take it slow, take it easy, let things flow naturally, and really just try to get to know the other person. I know this isn't a question, but thank you so much for saying that, because at one point I used to give advice to people, not even on YouTube, this is before YouTube, but I used to give advice a lot, and I felt like my words or me speaking didn't really mean anything. So thank you so much, and I'm glad this is helping some of you guys. Don't pay attention to anybody making fun of you for doing what you like to do, okay? Because I'm pretty sure they do some weird stuff at home that nobody knows about, and they're not going to tell anyone about it because they're too afraid of being judged, okay? Do you, and become successful on YouTube, and then you can laugh at them later on. Getting over breakups is going to take some time. Not going to lie to you. Just know that you were fine before this person came into your life. And remember that the next person that you get with is supposed to help build you up and not tear you down. So if that last person tore you down, get rid of them now. I mean, just ask her, like, what she likes to do. Just completely ask her, like, hey, you want to try out this different thing? Like, try out something different. Don't try to keep doing the same thing if you feel like you're not pleasing her. Like, try to ask her what she's into. Being in school, your classmates are not going to stop teasing you and everything like that, because kids are very immature. They're probably not going to understand it. But the only thing that you can do is control how you respond to them and show them that they do not affect you. When me and Dwayne first started YouTube, we honestly were not even paying attention to how many views we were getting and how many subs we were getting. We were happy to get the subs we were getting, but we weren't really focusing on that, because we just loved what we were doing. We were having fun, and we just grew. A lot of friendships are going to end naturally, and it doesn't mean that it is somebody's fault. Sometimes people just grow apart as they grow older, and it is completely fine. But that is why you should just go ahead and go out into the world and explore people, talk to new people, and be social. I did. Oh, this is a good one. Okay, so university versus community college. I went to a community college. Reason why? It gives you the same exact classes as a university in your first 2 years for way less money than a university. Instead of spending 40K, let's just say that as a random number, 40K on 1 year of classes at a university, I spent 2K on the same exact classes as a university in my first 2 years. It eliminates debt, and if you go ahead and get your associate's degree, which is only complete in the first 2 years, you already have 1 degree under your belt versus waiting for 4 years at a whole university to get 1 degree, which is your bachelor's. You'll have associate and bachelor's. Now, the only downside to community college is that you still have to stay home. So you're not going to get that experience of living on your own until you move out into like your own apartment, or you do go to a university college. That's the only down thing that I see about community college. Rather than that, I feel like it's a smarter way to go. I would say the best way to practice with social anxiety is to force yourself to get a job that forces you to be social. So say like a waiter or like a host or something like that. Something that requires you to continuously talk to people will probably help out a lot. Best way to get your merch out is to always wear it yourself. Wear it all the time, post yourself wearing it in like Instagram or Twitter or whatever. Go out shopping and then somebody might ask you where you got it from, and then you can tell them this is your own little company and they could have it too if they go to your site, things like that. Oh man, the best way to deal with that is to just completely ignore them, okay? Completely ignore them and don't fuel their fire because they want you to react to it. I do it all the time. I block people. So I mean, that's one way I deal with it too. Okay, so this is my setup. So, you have your keyboard. I have the PlayStation on the second monitor over here. I have my computer on this side. This is called OBS. So you can go ahead and stream right here, start recording. It'll show your face and everything here. This is my Blue Yeti microphone. It's not that expensive, so you guys can get that like on Amazon for not that much. This is my PlayStation controller. I just added these lights to make it look a little cooler. Camera right here. You don't need an expensive camera like this, but this is the Sony A7R that we use, and I just take this off to record that. And this is my light that I use to record, also this lamp over here. This light is the Voltrox VL2000T. And my gaming chair. And if you want to be inside of your video game, I would say the best thing is this right here. This is the Elgato green screen. It is so simple. You just open it up and then pull it up like that, and then it's very simple for you to use, and then just push it down and put it away. Also, if you want to edit your videos, this Vegas Pro right here for the Windows, go ahead and download that, and you can edit your gameplays and things like that. I edit on a Mac, so I use Final Cut Pro, but if you have a Windows, use this right here. I feel like the battle's already half won. When you guys say that there's somebody that you like and they like you back, y'all just gotta stop being nervous and just say, hey, let's go out. And it's not like they're gonna say no, because they already like you. So stop being nervous, shoot your shot, and you will be fine. I feel like the best advice is to just drink a whole bunch of water, because I drink water 90% of the time during my whole life, and I haven't gotten one pimple yet. And I don't really put anything on my face at all. I just wash it with cold water. And choosing a college to go to, definitely choose one that gives you the most benefits for you. And when I say that, I mean, don't try to go to a school that your parents selected for you, okay? Like, do your research, find out what your interests are and who offers you so many courses in that. Invest in a podcast setup. So say like in your room, if you don't have anywhere else to do it. Get a good mic, get a good like Rode mic with the stand that comes down. Definitely get a computer and a laptop and get some friends to try to discuss topics. I lost weight. It took me about two and a half months, but that's very, very fast. And because of that, now I have stretch marks. So that was a downside for me doing it that fast. But it was because I was working out almost every single day, doing Zumba and eating nothing. But if you are on a journey to lose weight, please eat, because that is very, very, very important. That'll make all the negative side effects go away. Just make sure that you are eating, because I didn't eat that much. Even though I did lose weight, I had a lot of negative effects. So eat. Try to stop paying attention to other people. Try to stop looking on social media that much and relying on it to see what everybody else is doing, because the more that you focus on yourself, the less you're going to care about what other people have going on in their lives, and you're going to appreciate yours more. I've been embarrassed so many times. I just take that L and keep it going. My life is not over after that one embarrassing moment. I will be fine. If you want to still pursue college, you still can. There's no thing saying you can't do YouTube and college at the same time. But I will say that if you are doing YouTube, please be serious about it. So that way you can make something out of it and think that you didn't waste your time. Go ahead, take the guy out on a date. It's not always the guy's job to do something for the other person when it's Valentine's Day. Go ahead and take him out, make him feel special, and maybe he might do the same thing for you. Just because you haven't gotten noticed yet doesn't mean you're never going to get noticed. So I would say continue what you're doing, keep grinding, get out there, spend more time on the field, on the court, or wherever you play on, and just keep going. Don't be discouraged because nobody's seeing you now, but they will see you soon. Everyone handles depression differently, but what I try to do is seclude myself, surround myself with things I like soca music cheers me up, because it's my culture, but I would just try to think about all the things that I'm grateful for right now, and I try to look back at things that I'm grateful for now, like where I'm at now, like I should be grateful for, instead of being where I could have been, because there's many times where I could have been in way worse situations, but because I didn't let that destroy me as a person, I decided to learn from it and grow. Every bad thing that happens in your life is not a constant. It does not have to stay in your life forever. It does not have to affect your life forever. The only thing that you can do is change your mindset and start anew. That's all you have to do. And it's really hard, but you can do it. And in my situation, instead of going back to a dark place that I was before, I tried to help people. I tried to help uplift other people so they don't have to feel the same way that I did. And that actually helps with me not feeling bad, because I feel good that I helped someone. If you get into a fight, best thing is to walk away. Now, if they hit you, it's on sight. Get that action. Be about it, okay? Fight. Defend yourself. Do not sit there getting beat up. Even if you lose, just know you stood up for yourself. I know a lot of people do that little cliche thing, but they drop the pencil and try to be like, oh, can you help me? And start a conversation. But that's all you have to do is just like start a conversation. You know, walk past them and say like, oh, like, aren't you in this class? Or I always see you. Hey, you know, just start. And don't be nervous, because your nerves will get to you. They will get to you. But try not to be nervous, okay? Just try to have a normal conversation. Just say hi and bye, because the worst thing they can do is just walk away. And you'll meet new people. So it's not the end of the world. It's gonna be bad for your expectations, but I don't personally care about it, because I'm pretty sure that y'all gonna watch it anyway. So, and you're probably not gonna stop until you're a senior citizen. So, I mean, go long. I'll try to help them if they're like in a bad situation, but if they keep constantly bringing negativity and they just keep bringing negative things into your life, and you've tried all you could, I don't even put my energy into it anymore. I just let them figure it out. It's an old trick. All you gotta do is turn on that PlayStation. If they want to play versus against you or whatever, just give them a controller that's not even on. Give them a controller that's not even plugged up, and let them hit the buttons and everything and think that they're playing. That's it. I would say if you're just starting YouTube, I would say try to post at least 2 to 3 times a week on YouTube. You don't have to upload every day, but at least let people know what days you're gonna upload. Like, hey, I'm gonna upload Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Be on the lookout. Let them know on social media. Abstinence. I mean, I never lived in a dorm, so I don't know. I went to community college, so I lived at home with my parents while I was going to college and work. So I wouldn't know how that is. I say play basketball and try to run around like your neighborhood. Like, you don't have to run like at like a sprint pace, but you can like jog around your neighborhood and play basketball. You would be very surprised at how much weight you would lose playing basketball. Trust me. It means that she liked the attention that you just gave her, and she's not interested in you the same way. Now, I would just move on to a new person, because just because she said no doesn't mean it's the end of the world. You will find many other girls that will like you, trust me. One major thing is that people think that something doesn't exist if you don't show it physically. Like, people would never assume that I have a brother because they never see him. Or I always have to deal with negativity online, but it's from strangers, so I don't care about their opinion anyway.
It ain't nothing to cut that bitch off.
Honestly, I have no idea. I never understood that for the life of me. It's like, oh, you are in less chance of having an STD. Oh, poor you. Like, is that a bad thing? Like, I never understood it. I don't understand, and I never will to this day. You're not going to want to hear this, but you're going to have to. You're going to have to get rid of all the junk food. I'm sorry. I mean, not all of it, but like, you're going to have to probably cut it down some. Like, healthy to junk food ratio, you're probably going to have to do 80% healthy, 20% junk food. There's no timeline of how long it takes for people to get successful, because success is subjective. Because you can have 1,000 followers and feel successful versus somebody wanting 2 million followers to be successful. So it all depends on you. Everyone's a good way to ease into it is to just go on like a date, I would say, like just with them alone, instead of doing like a group activity, and then kind of slide things in like, hey, I've been feeling you for a while, but if you don't like me back, then it's fine. Have to stand up for yourself. And what I mean by that is not always fighting, because I know everybody thinks, one side applies to everything. But no, you don't have to fight, but just stand up for yourself. If they're teasing you or picking at you and something, like, let them know, like, hey, like, I don't go for that. I don't go for that right now. Now, if they hit you, do what you have to do. You have full reins to do whatever because they put their hands on you. That's self-defense. You don't have to feel bad about that. But if they are not, just ignore them. Bullies always look for a reaction all the time, okay? But do stand up for yourself. The only thing I know is that I kept posting 24/7. As much as I could post, that's when I posted. Like if I wasn't doing anything, I'm recording a gameplay. If I'm not doing anything, I'm editing something. So I always was working, and y'all seem to like it. When a boyfriend wants a break, usually it could mean a few things. It can either mean they just need time to focus on themselves for a little bit because they don't know if they want to be in a relationship, or it could mean that they want to go around and mess with people without technically cheating.
What? Fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
I would say PicMonkey and Pixlr, Pixlr, are good websites to go to that give you like free Photoshop and all this stuff for your thumbnails and things like that. There's iMovie for the iPhone. There's PicCollage. You got to share your music everywhere. You got to post it on every social media that you have. If you don't have like Facebook or anything, create one and make a page just solely for your music and get people to share that, and just keep constantly posting your beats, and somebody's going to pick it up. A lot of people have a problem with accepting love and knowing that if it's true, but you have to give them a chance to show that they love you, because if you don't and you keep pushing them away thinking that they don't love you, they're probably going to leave. For me personally, I don't really focus on anything other than what's going on like my channel, Dwayne's channel, or our channel. I really don't give into all the YouTube drama. I don't give into the negativity. I don't give into anything that isn't building me up personally. Don't worry about the views. The views are gonna come. All you have to do is consistently post, because that's the formula that me and Dwayne have just been doing. It's not really any formula really to YouTube. I just feel like the more you post, it becomes a snowball effect, and the more people will see you over time. Just ignore them, because most of the time it's coming from a page with no profile picture. They're not showing their face. They're not out there in the world showing who they are. So why should you care what they say? It doesn't really matter what they say. Keep doing you. I would try to say maybe go to like a activity they do. So say if they like could participate in like soccer or like basketball, try to do the same activity so you can get in within the same group as that person and eventually start talking. I know for me, when I was drawing, I used to practice drawing the same thing over and over and over again. Like, I like to draw flowers because I like flowers, so I practiced drawing flowers over and over and over again until eventually I became better at it. So maybe you could try that. The best way to cope with anxiety, I feel like, is to think about a positive comment every time something negative comes in your mind. Try to block it out with something positive. Doesn't matter what it is. Just block it out. Do people really bully you for being left-handed? That is that's so dumb. Oh my God. There's so many dummies in this world. But do know this. There are many colleges giving out free scholarship money for you just being left-handed. So laugh at them. Don't feel nervous. You are a savage, okay? Go in that ring and you take them down. I don't care. It's on site level, activate when you get in that little circle. Everything else that's around them, everybody watching you and everything, don't even worry about them. It's just you and your opponent. You got this. Like I always say, the best thing to do with bullies is to not give them attention because they're always looking for a reaction. But if they put their hands on you, put their hands on you, then you can go ahead and do what you got to do. Fight them. Even if you lose, you still stood up for yourself. But let them know that you ain't having it. Yes, weightlifting is amazing for toning your body, okay? Weightlifting, actually, I feel like weightlifting shapes your body better than doing mainly cardio. Still put some cardio in there, but main your weightlifting. I feel like that'll help. Let them know how you're feeling, but first, be sure that this person that you're talking to online is the person that you're talking to online. You don't want to end up on MTV's Catfish talking to Neve, okay? You don't want that happening. So let them know how you're feeling, but make sure I think shyness comes from not being comfortable with being yourself around people, because I was a very, very shy person growing up, and I'm not so much now because I stopped caring about what other people thought about me. So stop caring about everybody else. School can be a major part of your day, probably like 7 to 8 hours of your day. But after that, say if you have like sports practice or whatever, if you have a relationship with somebody, try to invite them to your practice. Try to invite them to watch you practice on the court or on the field or whatever you do to do that. One way to boost your self-confidence is to stop comparing yourself to other people that you are seeing either online, in school, wherever. Stop comparing yourself because there's only one you. You are unique for a reason. You need to embrace that. Embrace your unique qualities. Stop talking to them and let it go. Stay true to yourself. Do not get pressured into anything because all of these people in high school are trying to find a little clique or group that they belong to when you don't really have to do that anyway. Just be yourself. Friends will come to you. You don't have to fake your personality, okay? I say if you don't like college, stop going. I did. I stopped going because I felt like I didn't need it for what I wanted to do. Now, if you want to do like nursing or something, of course you need it, then try to motivate yourself with music or something. If not, then let it go. You know what you should do? You should go ahead and make some cupcakes. Make some cupcakes with some rainbow icing. And then in the middle of the cupcakes, before you put the icing on, in the middle of them, put little notes inside of each one saying, I'm gay. Watch them bite into it and open up the note. If you have haters, just block them. That's easy. Just block them. They already don't like you. I might as well help you out and make you not see me anymore. So just block them. For me in my videos, I always use Final Cut Pro. It's on the Mac. It's on any like Mac computer, Mac laptop, anything like that. But you're going to have to pay for it. It's a little expensive. So if you don't want to use that, use iMovie. Don't be scared because going to any college for the first time is going to be nerve-wracking. But since it's a college that you say specializes in what you want to do in your life, that is not a waste of your time. So definitely go there. You're going to knock it out. You're going to be awesome. I would say try to find a time to sit them down, like seriously sit them down, and let them know that you are dealing with a problem. Because a lot of people are dealing with depression and they don't let anybody know and they suffer in silence, and you shouldn't have to do that. So definitely tell them. That means that if she gets into a relationship with you, she's going to do the same thing with other dudes. So I suggest you keep your distance. This might sound a little harsh, but you want to keep people around you that are having the same aspirations as you, because if they don't, and they could go ahead and just bring you down and not build you up, and that's what friends are supposed to do. Best way is to just get rid of all the soda in your house. Get rid of all the soda, the juices, all of that stuff, except for water. So that way you have no other choice but to drink water if you want to live. I don't know what y'all seeing, but my braids look dogged, okay? They look dogged. So, the best way is to put a wrap around your head when you go to sleep at night. I don't do that. I just go on to bed and sleep. I don't have time to do all that hair prep, anything. I don't care. I would say try to look on Amazon and try to get like a little charcoal mask or something with charcoal in it, because that will help your skin from getting those bad acne scars and everything. And also it helps with your teeth too, so try to brush your teeth with that as well. Sing every day, sing everywhere you can. If you have to sing in front of people to boost your confidence up and to help you sing in front of people later on, do that. Start singing in front of your family members, like your little sister or something like that. And try to get like a vocal coach, join a choir. There's a lot of things. Yeah, I was thinking about that, but I don't know if people are going to tune in. I don't know. I'm still thinking about it, so it might be a possibility, maybe. I feel like you know when you're in love when you can't not have this person in your life. Like, this person has improved your life so much, and you care for them so much, and you don't want anything bad to happen to them, and you just need them. There's nothing wrong with being gay, if that is your question. Be you, okay? Come on out. Strut your shit, okay? You are gay, and you are proud, okay? Don't be ashamed of it. I don't know, old people are kind of tricky because they don't want to hear anything from anybody that's younger than them, and they feel like they've seen all the roads in life and everything. You can't change your mind. So don't even try to change your mind. Just let them know that they have to respect you for who you are. And that is perfectly fine. There's a lot of people that once they go to college, they don't know what they want to do. But that is the exact place where you explore what you actually like. So that's actually a good thing. Go ahead and take the time to explore all the different avenues and see what you like. You are your biggest fan and your biggest enemy. So when I say that, I mean, when you put yourself down, you are putting yourself down and defeating yourself before anybody else could, because you've already done it. So the best way is to support yourself and your. It doesn't matter if other people don't support you. It doesn't matter if your family doesn't support you. Just know that you have to be your biggest support system. So you kind of have to build like a tough skin to kind of block out all that negativity and just know that you are going to be okay and you're going to succeed in what you want in life. Take some time, be by yourself. You're going to be okay. Your life was fine without this person, probably. And it probably will be okay once they leave. Just know that this opens up a window for you to explore somebody else that could be your soulmate. This does not mean that this is the end for you. Miss Vanjie, only my RuPaul people would know this, okay? Miss Vanjie, we really don't know yet. I know it might be music involved. I don't know though. Probably Dwayne is gonna make me rap or something. Of course, he's gonna be the ghostwriter because I can't write nothing. But I don't know. I hope we do a meetup someday. Momo can catch these hands. Fuck Momo. You were in the same exact spot as I was when I was in school. Everybody talked to me only to get answers, which to me didn't really bother me because I didn't consider them friends. If you consider them friends, don't do that. But just know that you're going to be the smart one in the end. Almost every one of y'all have a question about asking people out or getting a girlfriend or relationship advice. And just know that being yourself is the major key. I keep saying this because a lot of people are not getting this. If your crush likes that bad boy type thing or bad girl type thing, if you're a guy, let them like them. Go ahead. Go let them make the mistakes, okay? And then once they're heartbroken over that, over being stupid and not seeing what's in front of them, which is you, then they'll come. Don't force a connection either, because if you become too over eager or something like that, or you're too pushy, you might end up pushing that person away. So the best way to look or find a girlfriend or boyfriend is to not look at all and it comes to you. I think it's a great idea. That's what I did, because when you're in college, you're probably broke because of all the books and the classes that you're going to be paying for. But getting a job while you're in college sets you up for after college and gets you money while you're in college. So you're set up. Her feelings are going to get hurt either way. It doesn't matter if you say it in a mean way or a nice way. Just know that you could tell her in a way that's not rude, okay? You could say, hey, sit her down. Like, I just feel like we should be friends. Pretty sure everyone had a little tiny bit of fear in them when they first got behind the wheel, but the best way is to practice driving around in your neighborhood and practice driving around like your school campus or something like that, and then move on to like the side streets and then the highways. Honestly didn't want to do YouTube at first because I was not the type to be in front of cameras or anything like that. He was, as he did Vine, but I thought about it for like a week and I was like, you know what, this might be a fun thing to do with Dwayne, and I ended up enjoying it. Best way is to make a schedule. Make a schedule so that time you could plan out when you're going to do videos and when you're not going to do videos. Probably, I would say, to try to be consistent, try to record at least 3 videos a week. And then after that, you can spend the rest of your time relaxing. My family, I don't know. I don't know. Block him if he wants to ghost you, okay? That way he'll get the point that you're not going to chase him just like he's chasing after that little finish line. So go ahead and ghost him too. You can't make anybody like you. You just have to hope they do. And if they don't, then you will find somebody else that naturally likes you, because you don't want to keep forcing yourself upon people or try to make yourself feel like you're good enough for someone else when there's somebody else that likes you naturally as you are. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, you could talk to them about it, but you might have to get them groceries, sir. I'm sorry. Try to do high-paced activities that you like. So me, I like dancing, so of course I did Zumba to lose weight. But you might like sports, so try to join like a sports team, because they kind of force you to lose weight with all the weight training that you have to do and all the cardio and running and all of that. So try that. Say start it now. If you're ready to start your YouTube channel, start it now. Start it as early as you can. So that way you could be building up a fan base and build up a following. And then when you move out and you go and you can get your own place, you can do what you really want to do and expand on that. So try it now. The best part is just being able to wake up every day doing what I really like to do and putting out things that may help someone's day, because I'm having fun and I hope that other people are enjoying my videos too, so that kind of makes me happy too. I see it as your get out of jail free card, because I hated school. I hated school so much. So when it was senior year, I was just focusing on all of my academics and getting my grades right so that I could zoom out of there. It is a great time. Enjoy it. Unfortunately, no. Because a lot of girls at that age are stupid. So the only thing you can do is keep being you. But the only thing that I would say is don't give girlfriend privileges to people that aren't girlfriends, if that makes sense. Keep them in the friends. Just let them know, hey, like, I like you too, but not on that level. But you're not going to make it awkward, and she doesn't have to make it awkward. Y'all can keep being friends as you are. And maybe you can even help her look for a boyfriend, maybe. Yes, I do. There is no way in hell we are the only living things in this whole freaking universe. They already came here. They probably did. They probably walking around right now, invisible. I don't know. But I know that they are definitely here. I do not believe we're the only living things in this damn galaxy. Of course it is. Spoil your man, okay? Go ahead. Go take him out and say, hey, babe, I'm taking you out today. I'm taking you out. You don't have to do anything. I'm going to pay for your food. I'm going to do all of that. Take him out. Spoil him. He's going to appreciate it. He might feel like the girl. If you're too young to get like an official job, then I would say try to take on those jobs around the neighborhood that nobody wants to do, but they'll pay you for. So say like mowing the grass or trying to build a shelf in someone's house, things like that. People are actually looking for people to do that. Even though I know it sucks right now, just think about how you're going to feel in the end once you get it done. Because if you don't do anything right now, you're going to stay in the same place. You're going to stay feeling like you don't like yourself if you don't like yourself at this weight. But you have to keep going because you want to make a change. If you're going to college, whether it be university or community, you're going to get student debt. You're going to pile up some debt. But you can pile up less debt by going to community college for the first 2 years and get your associate's degree, rather than going to a 4-year college spending $1,000 on the same. Look, it's either they like you or they don't, because you cannot spend your life trying to conform to what people like and what they don't like, because what one person likes, somebody else is not going to like it. And you're going to try to make yourself different for them to like you. No, just stay yourself, okay? I would say just keep it pushing, okay? It doesn't, you could reach out to them if you want to, but if they still don't respond, then don't force it. You know, some people may be busy, some people might just be growing out of the friendship, which is completely fine, because you're going to gain new friends throughout life. I wouldn't worry about it at all because a lot of things in your life comes when you least expect it. I know a lot of people say that and it might sound cliche, but it's really true. Like your love of your life might be somebody that you never even thought it would be and they're right in front of your face the whole time. And your future job can come to you randomly. I would say try this, but you don't have to if you don't want to. But I would say get a big notepad, right? The sticky notes. Right, go study and do your work on each one of them and put them on every distraction. Put it on the TV, put it on your phone, put those notes literally everywhere that you would possibly think that your future self would go to and the chance that you're going to procrastinate. So when you're supposed to be doing your homework and then you end up getting on your phone, getting on Snapchat, you'll have that note right there to say, hey, do your damn work. Only if you like it. I mean, I could never do it. I like chicken too much, but if you want to. The best way is really cardio. Cardio really helps with losing that massive fat, okay? Because weightlifting really helps lose fat and tone muscle, but cardio really focuses on losing fat. There's going to be more than one person that you have a crush on in life. So don't get hung up on that one person, and if they say no, that it's the end of your life. No, because you're going to go on years from now, months from now, days from now, and find somebody else that you might like, and then you'll completely forget about that person. You just have to put out positive energy. Don't put yourself down, because once you put yourself down, that's when you get doubt, and that's when you get negative thoughts in your mind. Excuse me, that's for me making a pie. But don't think about anything negative, because that's going to just throw yourself off. You're your biggest supporter. You need to believe in yourself. There's nothing wrong with switching majors in college, because that's the time to switch your major. That's the time to figure out what you want to do. Switching majors is completely normal. It might take you longer to finish school, but switching your majors is completely fine because you want to find exactly what you like to do. I would say tell them when you feel like it's the right time. Like try to tell them when you think that they're open to the conversation, because I know a lot of people aren't open to that and they're stuck solid on their beliefs, but maybe they might have an opening. You're going to jail. I used to have that same problem when I was younger, but dealing with people, as I grew up, I realized that I needed to speak up, and that actually changed. So the best way to do it is to just practice saying no in a mirror, but saying no is not going to be the end of their life. In my opinion, you don't have to do this, but I feel like the best schedule during the week should be at least 3 times a week. So that way people know that you're still posting. Because if they don't see you post for 3 weeks or anything, they think you stopped. Best way is to make them laugh or bring some food. Because girls love to laugh and girls love food. We're not like monsters or anything that's gonna like just kill you if you try to talk to them, okay? So just have some confidence and I think so, yes. I think that means that they probably aren't interested in you the same way, and they probably don't know how to say it to you. I would just say move on, Everybody's DMs is open, all right? Go shoot your shot. I mean, I don't smoke, so I wouldn't be the best one to answer this, but I would say, think about all the money that you are wasting by smoking that blunt. All that money that can go towards something that actually helps your career and your future, or food. If you're feeling like you don't like something about your body, feel free to change it. Feel free to go ahead and try to work out, try to do different physical activities that are fun at the same time, but let you lose weight at the same time. It is completely fine, okay? You don't have to conform to what society thinks. Look, go ahead and play them games too, okay? 2 people could play that game. Go ahead and talk to other people that you want to, that you're actually interested in. Don't just talk to people to get them jealous. What I'm saying, talk to other people, leave yourself open, because as soon as they see that, they might start switching up. Stop before his name turns into R. Kelly. I mean, not everybody's gonna like tattoos. I mean, that's just how the world is. But if you do, go ahead. I say go ahead and get it. Especially if you're over 18. If you're over 18, they have no jurisdiction on what you do with your life in any type of way. I say shoot your shot. That is what I'm going to be saying the whole entire 2019, because you never know if that person likes you the same and they just haven't said it yet. And in case they do, you have somebody to talk to while you're away. So go ahead and shoot your shot. You are not ugly. You are beautiful. You are amazing. You are a star. You are shining, okay? Stop putting yourself down before other people get to know you, okay? You are amazing. You're an amazing person. Have some self-confidence. You are great, okay? You are how you're supposed to be. All over social media. Social media is free. You don't have to pay to use Instagram. You don't have to pay to use Twitter, all that stuff. That's how you can get your advertisements out there as a start. Now, once you get some traction and get some following, then you could spend some cash on advertising. I'm thinking just squatting and eat. I don't know, because I never did those specific workouts to try to get a bigger butt. I was fat, so I got mine from that. But, I mean, I don't know. I say eat and do some squats. Everybody copes with trauma in a different way. I know I dealt with it a certain way when I went through that time of my life, but I definitely focused on how I can make sure that situation never happens again and change my mindset. Of course, change your job if you do not like it. If you like it, then cool, stay there. But if you don't, go ahead and keep applying to different jobs. You have a whole lifetime to figure out what you want to do and what you like. You do not have time to waste your time doing something that you hate. Now, if you want to train them for house training, there are some puppy pads that they can go ahead and pee on. So say if they pee in the house, go ahead and just blot that pee, clean it up, but put that same rag on the pad that you want them to pee on so they can get that scent. Now, if you want to train them for outside, like pottying, then you can take them outside and make them sniff around, and most likely they will see poop or smell pee somewhere, so they might imitate it, or get those puppy pads look like grass. Hey, my parents used to do the same exact thing. I only have a brother, but he would not do something, and I would get asked why he didn't do it, and I'll tell them, go ask him, okay? Because we are two separate people, all right? They have to stop that. They're just gonna have to accept it, okay? Because I'm pretty sure that all of us like something that the other person doesn't like, okay? And they just gonna have to deal with it. You don't have to do everything that they like to do. You don't have to be the same exact person. Get out of here. Cars can be replaced, but your life cannot. Be very, very happy that you are still here. You will get another car one day, but be blessed that you are still here today. That's the best thing that could come out of that crash, is you living. When I was on my weight loss journey, it took me a span of 1 to 3 months, I would say. But that was because I was exercising every damn day for 45 minutes without any rest, and it was a lot. There's going to be a lot of things in this world and on the internet that are going to be triggering, and you cannot react to every single thing that people say. You just got to know what to respond to and what not to respond to. You just got to toughen up a bit. Do what you like to do. I cannot stress this enough. Whatever you like to do a video of it, record it, and post it, because a lot of people on this site are trying to conform to what they think people like and is trending. A lot of people out here doing fake stuff, doing fake stunts, doing fake everything because they think it's going to get them views and likes, okay? And that is the fastest way to be a train wreck, all right? Stay genuine, stay yourself, do what you like to do. When you're good and ready to. I mean, are they trying to pressure you into having a child? Like, I don't know. Are they trying to make you have a baby? Like, what is the rush? Like, you have your whole life to find that special someone. And when they try to force you into that, it's not going to be a good relationship. Just ask, okay? Because you never know if that person feels the same way about you. It doesn't hurt to ask. And if they say no, then you can just move on to the next person. It might hurt a little bit, but you're going to eventually get over it. I thought about it, but I'm not sure, because I don't know if people would be open to that, because my channel is mainly focusing on gaming, so I don't know if they would like that. But y'all let me know if you would. Not at all. And if they say it's a height requirement that they need to meet, then just move on. You don't need anybody shallow. It's completely fine. That is not a selfish thing, especially if you're always giving to others and you're always helping people out. It's okay to take that time for yourself. It's okay to say no so that you can focus on fixing yourself, because when you keep trying to fix everybody else, who's going to help you? I think so. I think it's definitely not fair that colleges don't let athletes get paid on anything they do, especially when they're out there fighting their hardest to try to get a W, okay? And the only time that you can get paid is if somebody takes you from the NFL or whatever. It's so stupid. Just remember all of the good times you have with that pet and use that experience towards another one maybe. You might find out how to take care of this next pet better than you did the first one, because they gave you that experience and they gave you that happiness. So don't worry. Yes and no. Okay, so I say yes because if they keep messing with you and they keep getting in your face, if they touch you, then it's on site. It's time to handle your business. But if they're not doing anything and they're just like walking down the street or whatever, just leave them alone. Okay, a lot of people have asked this, but all I literally use is cold water in the morning. I don't put anything on my face as far as like product wise, soap, anything. I just literally wash my face in the morning with cold water, like ice cold water. And I drink a lot of water. The best way is to just walk away. Have that person or thing or whatever is making you mad not even exist in your mind. Just literally block them out. Like make like a mental block list and like block them out. Like, because your energy is not worth it. I think I said this before, but try to, if you're able to, try to get a job where it forces you not to be antisocial. Like it forces you to speak to people, forces you to engage with people all the time. Like a waiter or a cashier, something like that, it'll help. When people say no to you and you get rejected, it is not the end of the world. Like it is not the apocalypse, everything's coming down, meteors crashing down. Your life is not over, okay? You have your whole life to find people or find somebody that will accept you for who you are. You need to get some new friends because I don't know how they're going to force you to do that. And why does it matter anyway? Why does it matter? I'm sorry for him barking, but why? I think it's actually easier to ask out your crush if you're already friends with them. Like it's not like you're a complete stranger, you know? And popularity doesn't even matter anyway. So go ahead, shoot your shot and let them know like, hey, pull them to the side. Like I've been feeling this way for some time now. Detroit Become Human had the absolute best story, I feel like. I still want like a second one to come out. I block them. If you're depressed about your weight, I would say the only thing that can help is for you to change it. If you're okay with your weight and everybody else has an issue, don't change it because of everybody else. The only thing that matters is how you feel about your body. And if you don't like it, then you feel free to change it. I feel like peer pressure exists but doesn't exist at the same time. And my take on it is that you could feel peer pressured into something, but once you do that thing that people are pressuring you into doing, that's just you making the choice. Like they're not forcing you. I feel like there's going to be pressure around you in a lot of situations, but at the end of the day, it's your choice whether you do that thing or you don't do the thing. So that's why I feel like peer pressure is kind of there. Like the pressure is there, but you actually doing it is your own choice willingly. If you're already friends with the person before, I think the best thing is to just not make it awkward and just act like you guys have been acting before you've, shown your feelings towards them. And then go find somebody else. There's plenty of love to find. Well, my question is public speaking part of your major? Or I would think to help is probably join like a debate team because that's going to force you to talk and prove your point to a whole bunch of people in the room. So try that. If you already have 300 subs, you're doing pretty well, okay? Don't act like you don't have anything because those 300 subscribers are following you for a reason. So keep providing, keep updating your content, keep trying to make it better in ways that you can make yourself more unique. You just don't interact with them. You don't have to interact with people. You could just go on about your day without talking to them at all. It's pretty simple. At least it's for me. It's pretty simple. If you keep letting your past relationships interfere with your future one or your present one, it's probably not going to work out. And that has nothing to do with the new person. It is absolutely you yourself bringing on baggage that this other person has not caused, which I don't think is fair. You just have to let your guard down a little bit, which might be a little hard, but let your guard down and try to open up to this person so that you can have a new experience. Because what you experience with this new person may not give you the same experience the last person has. You can't think negative of yourself before other people get to know you. That's like losing a fight before it starts, You got to be confident in yourself and be yourself and that they will accept you for who you are. And if they don't like you for who you are, then you don't have to be around these people. You have your whole entire life to figure out what major you want to use. You have your whole entire life to go to college, actually. You don't have to go to college as soon as you get out of high school. You don't have to. If you want to take time to figure out what you want to do, then do that before you go to college. There's a few options here. So you could either ignore them to where they don't get a reaction so they don't get any fun out of it because that's what they're looking for. Or My parents were exactly like that, okay? Because when I was younger, they want to put me in dresses and skirts, and I wasn't having none of it, okay? But that shows them that this is just who I am, and it actually makes you very unique and yourself. When you have a full-time job or you go to school full-time, you still have a lot of time during the day. You have a whole 24 hours. So I'm pretty sure that you're not doing that job 24 hours. So you can make time, but that's only if you want to. Express to that other person that you feel like it's feeling one-sided. You know, you should express that you don't feel like you're getting the same thing back, and how to work this out, because you don't want to feel like you're giving so much and the other person is giving too little, and then there's miscommunication. Take the blessing, okay? Don't run away from it, okay? Shoot your shot. You were trying to shoot your shot for 5 years, and they finally came around. You take it. See where it goes. You have enough time to see where it goes and see if it flourishes, rather than wonder if it will happen. I already have a tattoo, actually. It's on my back. That's why you guys never see it. It's on my spine, and it's in Chinese, actually, and it says perfect imperfection, and that is basically from all of my insecurities when I was younger to being okay with them now. I'm a bad studier. I really didn't study at all when I was in school. I just happened to have a good memory. But I think the best thing for me was to play music or play TV in the background so it doesn't feel as quiet. Or if distractions bother you, then you have to completely seclude yourself. Maybe go to like a library or somewhere that forces you to be alone so you don't have any distractions, and just put exactly what you're studying in front of you and spend about maybe an hour or two reading up on it. If you feel comfortable with your sexuality, I feel like it's no problem to tell them what your sexuality is. I don't think it's a problem. Now, what their response would be, I don't know what their response would be, because I don't know if they're okay or open to everything. I think the best way to escape the friend zone is probably take that certain friend, like, out somewhere. Don't call it a date, but just take them out somewhere, most likely to movies or something to eat, and then try to ease on to the thing that you like. I feel like everything happens for a reason. So say if something is rejected, or I'm rejected in some type of way by something or somebody, I think it's just opening up a door for what's really meant for me. Like, my past relationships have been bad, but I opened it up for Dwayne. So I don't think it has anything to do with you, because you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you never forget that. Just know that the people that you encounter in your life, they all might not be for you. And you just have to wait until you find that right person. You don't get people to like you or not, okay? Because you cannot spend your life catering to what people like or don't like, because everybody has different likes and different dislikes. Like, there's no way that you could have everyone like you. Somebody's not going to like you. That's just it. My instinct is to leave that person. But if you want to talk about it, you surely can, and try to build up that relationship. But I feel like the trust is definitely going to be gone, and it's definitely going to be harder to get that back. Post consistently. I cannot stress it enough, okay? And make sure that you are having fun with what you do. Because if you don't, this will be a tiresome job, okay? Sometimes you just gotta talk that shit back, okay? Because a lot of people will try you in your life. I used to be very, very quiet until when I hit high school, and I realized that wasn't cutting it, and I started speaking up, and nobody has really tried me ever since then. So you might want to stand. Let them know that you are going to call the police, and they are going to the big house. The best way to deal with cyber bullies is to just log out or block that person, because they're not confronting you in any way in real life, and they never will, because usually when people are cyber bullies, they never have the confidence to say it to your face, nor will they ever. That's a normal thing. That is a completely normal thing. I know you're probably talking about your voice changing and all that stuff, hair coming in or something like that. It is completely normal. Don't feel ashamed. Your phone is a very, very good start, okay? Because that is your camera, that is your editing software, that is your uploader to YouTube, that is your live stream tool. It's a whole bunch of things. You could do a whole bunch of things with your phone. And your lamp. I would say it depends, because you can still have people that's your age and have the same maturity level as you. It's just some people aren't as mature at certain ages. I know I was definitely more mature than mentally, but you know, I would love to, but I have way too much to do during the week, and I probably won't have the time to answer. So that's why I try to at least dedicate one day or a certain amount of my day during each week to do this, and I chose Sundays. Yeah, as long as you're having fun, who cares? I mean, like, it's just a game. People take games too seriously. Like a game, the whole point of you playing a game is to have fun. If you're not having fun, then there's no point in playing it. But if you feel like you're bad at it, you can keep playing to get better at it. It doesn't matter. If you don't know what your sexuality is yet, I would say go ahead and explore. Go ahead and try different things with different people. I'm not saying be a hoe. I'm just saying, explore what you might like. It doesn't matter what people at school think. It matters what you think. As long as you think it looks cool, that's the whole reason you got your hair switched up. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter what other people think. They just got to deal with it. Look now, y'all vegans and vegetarians, y'all gotta ease up on some people, okay? I understand that you're trying to share it, but some people they just can't give up food. They just can't give up the meat and chicken like I can. You could show them different things, that you could show them or cook them some different vegan meals and things and try to have them try it, but don't tell them it's vegan. Just like cook it and just like give it to them like, hey, you guys like it? And if they do, they'll be like, yeah. Then you'll be like, oh yeah, this is vegan, so try it. I don't know who told you that, but I'm pretty sure that just because you're Asian does not affect you getting with a black girl. Black girls like who they like. It doesn't have a preference. The best way to stop eating like junk food and like just shitty foods that just make you fat is to just not have them around at all. Like if they're in your house, throw them away. Give them away to the homeless. Give them to somebody else that will eat them. But you cannot have it around you or else it'll be temptation. A great way to save money is that as soon as you get your paycheck, you put aside money immediately that day. So as soon as you get it, or you can get it automatically taken out of your paycheck. There's a way to set that up. But you can go ahead and take it out automatically so you don't even see it and it's out of mind. Okay, it could be one or two things when people say this. It could be one, they really don't want a relationship and they do like you and they just aren't ready to be committed yet and they still want to search around. Or two, they really don't like you and they want to search around. So I would just keep looking yourself. Try to get them alone, try to like interject yourself like, hey, excuse me, can I talk to you real quick? Like, it's just a question. They can't like crucify you for trying to get this man alone, okay? There's at some point where he's going to be alone and you can take that time to talk to him. I think college life is different when you go to community college versus like a university, you live on campus, because I was still living at home going to college. So it was more like just like a more free high school experience to me. Plus I was working. But if you are in a university and you are living on campus, I feel like you're going to have to get used to your family not being around, like your parents, your siblings, all of that, and just a bunch of students around your age trying to figure out the same thing as you. You got to post your music everywhere. You got to let people know what you're doing. You got to put it out there. Put it to SoundCloud. Put it to Spotify. Use TuneCore. Use a site called TuneCore, actually. TuneCore is a good place to get your music distributed everywhere, and there's different plans you can set it up for, but check it out. If they keep running, that means that they do not want that smoke. Okay, so that means you already kind of won the battle. So you don't really have to do anything. They've already declared themselves as a runner. So, a weeb or like a weeaboo? Because those are two different things, sorry. But a weeb, I wouldn't even be insulted by that name because I don't even know what that is. Unless somebody could just explain to me what that is, how can you be insulted? Spend as much time as you can with them. Sometimes girls don't really want a lot of material things. They just want to spend time with you and have your attention, not distracted by anything else. So just spend time with them, go places with them, and get to know them. Do not give your energy to anything that is negative. If it's not building you up, if it's not putting money in your bank account, if it's not helping you grow as a person, if it's not helping you help other people, if it's not doing anything positive in your life, do not give energy. He's a thought, watch out. I learned just by watching. So like for me growing up, I used to watch my mom cook all the dishes, cook and bake the whole entire time. And then I also like doing art. So that's what also helped me create a lot of pastries and things like that. So I think that helped just by watching. I was motivated to lose weight because I didn't like the weight that I was at. That's the only thing that motivated me. Nobody else's opinion of me really matters to me because they're not in me. They're not in my body. They're not dealing with my body. I am. So I want to make a change. And I also had a mindset that if I didn't like how I was and I want to change it, the only way that I could change it is to make those moves to exercise and eat different and all of that. Because if I didn't and I stayed eating bad stuff, I was going to stay in a bad place, and that's my fault. So what I'm saying is that when it comes down to losing weight, the only factors that matter is you and your mindset, because you're the only one that can mess it up. Anybody else that has like temptations around you and everything, it's ultimately your choice whether to give in or not. Sorry I'm late, y'all. I kind of KO'd as soon as I got home because I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I'm back in it. I say stay true to yourself and don't worry about trying to fit in with other people. Just try to find people that have the similar interests as you, and they'll be like your real friends. And also, don't care about popularity, because I can promise you it'll be a 180 turnaround when you get older. You most likely will have to exercise a whole bunch in order for that to happen. And it kind of depends on your metabolism too. Like, I know that I have a very slow metabolism, so I kind of have to watch what I eat. And some people have a very fast one. You don't have to open yourself up to every single person. Just try to open up yourself to people that you know truly care for you. Like if you have like a really close best friend or cousin or sibling or something, somebody that you can confide in that, you know, you could trust. Easiest way to start streaming like automatically from your console is like using PS4, and they also have the thing that you can go automatically to YouTube and to Twitch. And I think Xbox, theirs is like a mixer, and I think that goes to YouTube, but you could try those out too. No, it is not, because there's no gender put on what activity you're doing, because I was a girl. I am a girl. Well, I'm saying I was. I am a girl, but I play video games, and that's seen as a boy thing, and it's not. So you can do whatever you want. Nobody's gonna prank you as like a freshman, okay? So don't worry about that. You need to focus on your studies, for real. Focus on your studies, because eventually it's gonna catch up to you where you're not gonna care about it, but you need to care about it. In my opinion, and y'all don't have to listen to this, I don't think that they work out. Reason because is you don't really feel that level of intimacy as you would if you see them every day, or you get to see them at least once in a while, you know. You just kind of feel like you're always far apart. I don't really think so. I think that staying by yourself might be better if you have low esteem, until you could build that self-esteem up, because it's called self-esteem. And I don't think that anybody else could fix you except for you. That ignorance is going to be everywhere. In high school, at your job, at the mall, it's going to be everywhere. There's no way you can do to escape it, because that's just how the world is. But you can speak up against it if they try to bring that ignorance around you, because you're not going to stand for it. Of course it is, because I fantasize about playing video games a whole bunch. And that's what I'm doing now. Like, there's no limit to the possibilities that can happen. So in order for you to get your dreams accomplished, you have to first see it in your mind. And I wouldn't say that they don't care at all. Maybe they just don't care as much, I would say. I know that kind of sounds a little harsh, but I think that's just how it is. I don't know. And maybe people just might be busy and they don't know how to manage their time. I don't know. I would say try to join, like, if there's like a club at your school or something, some after school activity that you can go to where you're actually interested in a subject, like a book club or anime club or something like that, where you could share your opinions with people that have the same opinion. I think overall just surrounding yourself with people that might have the same interests as you do, and you could join in a conversation that you're familiar with, that could probably start helping you get more social and get out of your comfort zone and feel okay to speak. Please ignore that foolishness, because I don't understand that within our community, because it's like they act like being successful and being intelligent and having good grades and things like that is only supposed to be for one color, as if we can't do the same. I remember being in middle school and high school, and people used to say that I used to talk white, and I never understood that, because that's basically saying that us as black people, we cannot be smart and intelligent, and we got to speak in only Ebonics, and that's just it. You gotta chop it off. You gotta chop it. You gotta chop that thing off like Clementine. I know I mentioned like a sticky note way of trying to study before, but another way to do it is to just let all your electronics die. Let them things run out of battery so that there's no way that you could use it, and hide the charges too, so you can't charge that thing. Teachers do this all the damn time. They do this all the time, but the way to beat them at that is to learn more than what they're teaching you. So say if like you're on like page 45 in a book or whatever, that's what she's teaching you, go to page 70 so you could be ahead of her. I never got involved. If it was something between somebody else and somebody else and they try to put me in it, I wasn't going in it. Like, you're just going to have to take that L. I'm not part of your issue. Like, that's just how I handle things. You're not going to put me in drama that I'm not associated with. I would say try to take a vacation, try to clear your mind, spend time with people that you like the most and you love the most. And that might actually give you some insight on whether you should quit your job or not, or what you should pursue if your job isn't making you happy, just kind of like a spiritual thing. Okay, so you could do two things. One is let them duke it out, and hopefully they don't fight. But if they do fight, then let them take that L on their own. Two, you can interject yourself and between them two and just try to sit them down and try to get them to an understanding. Trust and communication. Trust and communication, I feel like, is the most important thing, because if you don't have trust, you're going to be thinking that they're out there doing something that they shouldn't be doing 24/7. That's going to drive you crazy. And if you don't have proper communication, you might think something's going on when it's not. So go ahead and do it. Go for it, okay? Because now is the time. Now is like prime time for gaming. And I really feel like gaming could get way bigger in the future. But definitely play games that you're interested in. Don't try to force games that you don't really like. You're just playing it. I would say try to stream. Also, try to make a Twitch account, because I know that from Twitch, you could get a lot of people watching you randomly. It's way better than YouTube streaming. But if you want to do YouTube gaming, get an Elgato so you can record gameplays. I mean, you don't have to wear them. You don't. I mean, it's preferred that you wear them so that people don't see, when it's cold in the room. But, you don't have to wear them at all. You could just wear a loose shirt and let them things breathe. It is a free country. I would say try to take speech. Speech is good. A debate class, drama class, because it'll kind of force you to act in a way that you don't normally act in front of a whole bunch of people. So it should make you probably comfortable to act as yourself in front of them too. In my opinion, I feel like if there's any success happening, it shouldn't negatively affect the relationship at all. Because I feel like if I'm winning, my partner's winning. So if Dwayne is winning, I'm winning. If I'm winning, then he's winning. So I don't think that it should cause a problem. I just feel like everything is like, shared. So that's just how I see it. I don't know if that's for everybody else, but I don't think that it should really take a toll on your relationship if it's a good thing happening for the other person. First thing is to stop looking at the sub count. Just don't even look at it. Don't even act like it exists. Because every time you do, it's probably going to bring you down. Because you're going to look at some days you get a lot of subs and some days you get less subs. And you think that something's wrong with you when it's not. Two, just try putting out more content that you feel like makes your channel improve. Try to update your things. Try to upgrade your channel. Try to make your content better the way that you see it. Not try to fit into trends, but how you see it. It's very possible for you to go through waves of depression, because a lot of people have that, and they struggle with that, because one day they'll be happy for a period of time, and then all of a sudden they just feel sad and depressed out of nowhere, which is not uncommon. I think it's going to take time to make that go away, but the best thing that you can do is surround yourself with people that genuinely like you and love you and care for you and want you to do good. And also speak up about your depression. Speak to somebody about your issue. I've enjoyed video games since I was like 4 years old, playing on the Dreamcast and playing on the Nintendo 64 and things like that, the old PlayStation and Dreamcast and all that stuff. So I thought that I might as well make a channel based around it. Best way is to not let your nerves get to you, calm down, breathe, okay? Because them saying no is not going to be the worst thing in the world. You can find somebody else. But just know that it'll be okay, and just say, hey, you look very nice today, and I was just wondering. You're wondering if, we can go to the movies or something like that, or get something to eat. Go with something to eat. Maybe go with something to eat. Let's go to Taco Bell. I want to find out more about you, like that. But, don't try to be too aggressive with it, because then that might make them pull away. I would say the best thing is to probably just walk away and try to isolate yourself from the issue, and try to surround yourself with something that'll make that aggression go away. So for me, it's music. So I'll just walk away and listen to music to make myself feel better. Best way to stay consistent in the weight loss journey is, one, that you're doing it for yourself, because if you're doing it for somebody else, then it's going to just ruin your whole thing. Two, get rid of all the junk food in your house, okay? So that way you have no choice but to stay consistent in your diet. And three, get a trainer. I mean, I felt that way at one point too. When I was in high school, Probably half of my life in high school, yes, I did feel that way because I don't know. I just didn't feel like I was supposed to bring my issues to someone else when they were self-made issues. I'm better at it now. Like, I speak out about it now if I'm having an issue. But before, how I dealt with it was I just kind of looked back at myself because the issues that I had, nobody else created. It was all created inside of my mind. So I had to change my mindset and how I looked at it. I had to sit back and really look at my life like, if I don't change something, then nothing's ever going to get better. Because if nobody else knows what's wrong with me and I don't know what's wrong with me, the only thing I can do is try to make a better situation for myself. And that's it. Bananas, strawberries, grapes. Not too many grapes though because it's very sugary. I did that, but you know, it's okay. Eat those. All greens. Anything green like vegetables like are always good for you. Rice is really good. Fish is really good for protein. And but really any fruits and vegetables that come out of the ground is good for protein because that's the actual source of protein. We just eat the animals that consume that and we're kind of getting protein from a third party. We actually went to Taco Bell. I remember we went to Taco Bell. It wasn't just us two though. It was like us two and like 2 other people with us. But it kind of counted as a date. But it was fun. We got to know each other. We found out that we both like games. But yeah, I would say try to just get to know the other person. That's the whole reason of the date is to get to know the other person, what they like to do and who they are, what their family is, all that good stuff. Not just sit there and stare in their face, you know? I think so. Just know that it is not your fault at all. I've never experienced it, but I know that it is never the child's fault. It is not your fault that they split up. And it doesn't change the fact that they're your parents. It's just that, you know, they decided to go a different path in life, which is fine. Get you a computer. Get you an Elgato HD60S. I'm saying all that because it has to be that specific because it actually helps if you're streaming and your gameplays. Get a recording software. If you don't want to use Elgato, that comes with it, you can use OBS. You can use your phone as the camera. You can use your lamp as a light like I'm doing back there. I do that a lot. I only have one light that's attached to it, but a lot of people use 2 lights. I use my lamp as one just to save money, and you can do that too. And use like your books to prop up your camera. Ignore them because this world is just full of ignorance and you do not need to give into that. You do not need to pay attention to that whatsoever. And plus, if they're saying anything like get out of my country or anything like that, if they are not Native American, they need to shut the hell up. A cooking segment on my channel, yes. Makeup, no. I only use eyeliner. I don't know how to use anything else. As y'all can see from the punishment with Dwayne, I'm clueless with makeup, so I feel you. I understand where you're coming from because when you play with like a certain squad online, like whether it be Xbox or wherever, when you're doing gaming, it kind of feels like you know them, like in real life. Like that's how it is for me and Dwayne. We have a squad we play with and they're like our actual friends. Go ahead and let him know how you feel because he may not feel the same way as other people because you have to understand that the people that you encountered in the past, they're not the same person as this next person that you're about to talk to. So don't be afraid of that because if you keep that same energy with everyone, you're not going to be with anybody. Upload schedule, I say at least 3 times a week, at least minimum 3 posts a week. It doesn't have to be all on the same day, just at least 3. Equipment, use your phone as a camera if you don't have one. Use a lamp for lighting. If you have a friend or sibling or anybody that could be your cameraman, hire them. Or if you don't want to pay them, you know, you can just kind of pay them in a shout out, you know. But yeah, use that. If you do have a camera, try to go with Canons or Sonys. And try to map out like what you want to post. Because I have a thing, Dwayne has a thing in his room where he writes down what his next post will be and to kind of plan what it will be so you can get an idea of what you want to post. So try to make like a noteboard of that. I don't know why this made me laugh, but I was fat. So that's kind of how that happened. And then I lost the weight. So, I mean, you can eat some cornbread and some rice. But I don't know. I think protective styles are the key. Like what I'm doing right now, like this is a protective style where you don't manipulate your hair, you don't touch it, you don't do anything to it. You just probably put oil in your scalp. And oiling your scalp is very important too. Do that like every other day or every 2 days and you'll be fine. I would say try to let them know what your intentions are up front so that everybody can be on the same page because they might not think that you're as serious as you're trying to be, you know, or they may not know how seriously you feel about them and it might just be like a little fling that's not really that serious when it really is. And to make new memories and new experiences. I mean, you're not gonna have a different future or have better things happen to you if you keep dwelling on the past. The past is past. The past already happened. There's nothing that you could do to go back in time to change that. The only thing that you do is move forward. Sing in your local church, like sing on Instagram and post it on Facebook and post it everywhere so that people know that you are a singer and you can do this. Nobody's gonna know unless you show them. I say it mainly depends on the games that you like to play. Like if you like to play a lot of indie games and everything like that, switch to PC. But if you like to do a lot of like story games and things like that, I would say go to console. It's really your preference. There are tons of girls in this world. There are girls everywhere. So when one rejects you, you can literally turn around to your right and see another girl right there. They're not the last ones in the world that exist. So that doesn't mean that you're never going to find a partner. That's just how I see it. There's more options everywhere. Don't get stuck on one. You don't have to take my advice on this one. This is just how I feel. But I feel like college isn't for somebody else to decide for you to go to. I just feel like that. Because for one, you're the one that's going to get the debt, most likely. And you're the one going there. Two, college is not mandatory. You don't have to go to college in order to have a successful life, because I went to college and I dropped out and I pursued what I wanted to do, just like you're trying to do, and it actually happened. So only thing to do is be confident in yourself and work towards your goal. And if so, you can actually do it at the same time as being in college if you want to make everybody happy. You could pursue what you want to do plus continue your college work at the same time. Like set some time aside for both things so you can get both things done and surprise your parents in saying that you've gotten successful at what you want to do. I'm not playing that game. That game is boring to me. I just can't get into it. Thank y'all for listening. People are people. I mean, I don't feel any type of way whether someone is gay, bi, trans, lesbian. I really don't care. It's honestly up to you. I love everybody that loves everybody, okay? You love who you want to love. You be who you want to be. It's your life. Cam anymore. I actually upgraded to a Sony A7R 3 or something like that. It's really expensive, but before I did that, I used this Logitech webcam. It only costs like $30 or $40, and it's actually really good. Stop focusing on who likes you and who doesn't like you, because within your entire life, you're going to run into people that don't like you for no reason, and it's not your fault. Just be yourself. Learn to like yourself. That's the main thing. Like yourself first. I would say try to find your vocal range, because I know for me, I knew when I was little that my vocal range is the alto. That's my pitch. But then when I tried to do soprano, which is higher, it didn't work out. My voice started cracking. So I tried to sing songs that kind of tailored to my pitch. I'd say maybe a lot of talking and a lot of FaceTiming will probably help, because for one, you want to make sure that you're talking to who you're talking to. So FaceTime is probably the best thing, so you don't want to get catfished. But two, talking so that you guys don't feel lonely. Yes, go for that job. Screw who doesn't like you, okay? I'm serious, because you applied to that job because you wanted to get a check. You didn't sign up for friends. You can do that at school. So it would be nice for people to like you at work, but if they don't, it doesn't really matter either, because you're both trying to get a check. Those aren't really your friends if they're bullying you about your preference. Like if they're like poking, like playful jokes at it, that's fine, whatever. But if they're like blatantly disrespecting you, those are not your friends. You need to find a new circle. If people are bullying you for how you look or whatever weight that you are and everything, it's most of the time because they're deflecting their own feelings to you. So they may not feel a good way about themselves. So to make them feel better, they go ahead and attack somebody else on what they look like and how they feel. But the best way to get back at that is just to own up to it. Like, if you're a bigger size and you're okay with it and you feel fine being bigger, then just own that. Be like, okay, I'm big, and so what? If I'm skinny, then so what? It's obviously something that they can't do is accept themselves like you can. I would say try to integrate your studying with the sports. Okay, so I don't do sports, so tell me if this makes sense. So go out, do the actual sport, but have somebody like quiz you like at the same time of you like practicing, if it makes sense. I wanna see you out that door, baby, bye, bye, bye. I think it's preference, because I like editing on a Mac, but Dwayne likes editing his videos on Windows. So it really depends on it. To me, I think that editing on a Mac with the Final Cut Pro is very much easier than Windows. That might be a hard one, because I don't know how she'll react to things, but I would say probably try to propose the idea that if you can't go out, that you could bring your friends to her, like to your house, and maybe she could trust them for you to go out with them. Great example. was to show them Ninja, okay? Because Ninja is one of the top gamers out there. He's a pro streamer, and he is the first gamer to actually be on an ESPN cover known for sports, because gaming is a sport. You're gonna probably have to tell them, because at some point they're gonna know. Like, there's no way that you could hide it. Like, that stomach is gonna grow. That stomach is gonna grow, and she's gonna come to you because you're the father and you're gonna have to take care of it, but they may not like that news. Best way is to make sure that you want it for you, okay? Because if you're doing it to please other people, you're probably not gonna be motivated, because you're not motivated. Motivation comes from yourself, and you want to change yourself. And two is to get rid of all the bad food that's in your house and throw them away. Burn them. Drink a lot of water. Cut out all the sugars that you're eating, because probably that might be contributing to it. But I would say definitely drink a whole bunch of water. That's what I do. I don't really put anything on my face ever, except for cold water. I mean, I personally wouldn't do that, only because I don't know if I will be talking to the actual person on the other side. You don't know if they're an old man. You don't know if they're too young. Like, you don't know anything. Like, you don't know. Get this thing right here. This is the Elgato that I'm always talking about, HD60S. It helps you stream and record instantly. I specifically say the HD60S because this one is really, really built in for streaming and gameplays. And on the back of this, you see the overlay. And if you don't want to use the game capture that comes with this, you could either do this. This is the OBS Studio. This is what I use for mine, and you could do different settings to where you could have your PC gaming, your PlayStation gaming. You could create all these different scenes, and you have to promote it everywhere. And when I say promote it everywhere, I mean like all on social medias. If you don't have like a Facebook, if you don't have a Facebook or social media, anything like that, make it Instagram, make a Twitter, make a Facebook page dedicated to your gaming channel and promote it. Don't even address it, because if it was me, I would be like, you keep that over there, okay? That's between you and that other person, has nothing to do with me. Now, if you need some help on a situation, you want me to help you guys out to find a common ground, I'm here for you, but don't put me in the middle of your drama. If you want to make YouTube your full-time career, like your full-time job, you have to take it seriously as you would a full-time job, because people just see YouTube as, oh, like they're having fun and stuff, which we are, but it's still much hard work that has to be put in. You have to put the time into learning how to edit, have to put the time into learning what equipment you should use, and look around and do a lot of research and find out how to make your content even better and upgrade your space and upgrade your content so that you can give more to your audience. And last thing, actually like what you do, okay? Don't just try to do YouTube because you see that everybody else is doing YouTube and you want to do it too. Like, no, like, do what you want to do. Do what you like to do, whatever topic it is, and expand on that, because everybody will connect with you more if you do. Understand that, because there's a lot of people that are homophobic, and pretty much a lot of people in the world are homophobic. It's not just at your school, it's everywhere. It's at work, it's at the malls, everywhere that you go. But you could come out when you feel comfortable with yourself and you accept yourself. And people may not agree with it, but it's not their job to. It's not their life to agree with what you're doing. Only you do. So you may get some people that may say some slurs and horrible things, but you can't let that affect you, you know. You can't let that ruin your spirit. There's going to be people that constantly bring you down, whether it be family, friends, whoever. And just because they're related to you by blood doesn't always mean that they want the best for you. Only you can. You can make sure that you have the best support and everything by being your own foundation, basically. Try to ease them into the conversation. Like, you know what? I appreciate you for being around in my life and how much you mean to me, about like probably like doing like some type of activity, like going to the park or something fun, you know, to be like an icebreaker, and then kind of ease them into that conversation. One thing is that if she's always laughing at everything you say, even if you think it's not a joke, and she's just sitting there, oh gosh, like she likes you. She does. I guess try your best to not have them around each other, or maybe try to get them good together, but don't force it. But even if the other friend doesn't like one of your friends, it doesn't mean that you should stop being friends with that friend. You could be friends with whoever you want to. It doesn't matter what the other one thinks. Show them all the animated movies that have been so successful, like Up and all the Disney Pixar movies. That's animation. That's animation. And I'm pretty sure they watched it and they enjoyed it. So, and they spent their money on it too. So that means you will get paid doing it as well. If that's truly how you feel, then you shouldn't be ashamed at all in expressing it. You shouldn't be ashamed to say, hey, this is how I am, this is what I believe, this is what I was raised in, and I feel very strongly in that. And it doesn't matter if people get offended by it, that's just how you are. That's just your belief. The best way is to just tell them straight on. Like, hey, I have feelings for you. I like you. I think you're cute. You're amazing. Like, just tell them. Don't try to act in a certain way so they have to guess how you're feeling, because then they'll never know. They never know unless you tell them. So tell them. You're not supposed to know what you're doing, honestly. If you know what you're doing at that time, then that's great. That's perfect. But you don't have to know what you're supposed to do, because I want to do a whole bunch of things. I want to bake. I want to be a singer. I want to be a tattoo artist. I want to do a whole bunch of things and ended up doing YouTube. So you never know. She's just a hater. You're going to have natural born haters in this world. And that's fine. It has nothing to do with you. You didn't do anything wrong. They just don't like you because you may be too cute. You may have some things that she wants and she hates you for that. But that's okay. Just be you. If you think that your friends are using you or only talk to you specifically when they need something from you, you need to cut off that accessibility. You need to cut them off. Like, oh, if you need something, like, hey, I need this from you, be like, nope, I don't have it. I don't got it no more. I say a PC that you build yourself is probably the best thing, because you could add whatever you want to it and upgrade it and do whatever you want to the inside whenever you want to. I used iBuyPower.com and actually used Dwayne's help to build it. I would say no, okay, but don't let them think that you're a punk at the same time. You gotta let them know that you will stand up for yourself. Now, if they punch you, it's on site. It's on site at that point. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. If I knew, I wouldn't have so many. See, that's like a running theme with like the older generation. They think that something's wrong with you. Like if you're gay or bi or whatever, they think that it's like a mental disorder or something. And it's not. Like, therapy is not going to change who you like. It's not, Susan. I'm not going through it now, but when I did deal with it when I was younger, what I would do is try to seclude myself, kind of. Probably shouldn't have, but I did. But I was listening to music, soca music, so it always made me feel at home, and just try to surround myself with positive things that I enjoyed, like that made me feel happy that I was here on this earth, like soca music is really important to me, and like drawing and baking and just creating things made me feel happy to be here. If you don't have a prom date, that's completely fine. You can rock it out solo dolo, or you can go ahead and ask like a friend or a cousin or somebody to say, hey, you just want to have like a fun night, like, and just go as friends together and take your best prom pictures. That'll be completely okay. You don't need a date. It might seem hard to get over people because you may meet that one person where you feel like, oh, they're just like the most amazing person and I need them in my life and things like that. But sometimes it doesn't work out that way. So you have to move on and you have to explore other people that might do the same thing for you. There's a certain phrase always stuck to me, and it was, clowns don't like to perform when no one is watching. So if you don't give the attention to the people that are begging for it and trying to get it from you and get that reaction from you, they're going to eventually stop trying to bother you. Hey,
hello, thank you so much.
We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Try to get some hairstyles that don't put tension on your edges. Like, a lot of people like to get braids that are like super on your scalp and like you could just see nothing. You see no hair, like you just see scalp and like your scalp is bleeding. Like, don't do that. Like, kind of relax your hair. First of all, I just want to say that you are amazing, you are beautiful, and you are unique. That is why there's only one of you in this world. And because of that, it doesn't matter if anybody thinks that you look weird or if you should be a different way, because you're not supposed to be how they see you. You're supposed to be how you're supposed to be is how you think you're supposed to be, okay? People could say all of their opinions and everything like that, but guess what? It's opinions. It is not facts. So you can only feel good by starting to change your mindset and see how you look at yourself and feel good. I say still pursue it anyway, because most likely your parents are going to have the vision of you being a doctor or a lawyer or something that you probably mostly don't want to do. But you have to let them know that you will still be successful not doing those things, and still be. I remember when I was working at the bank, I was also doing YouTube at the same time. And then once I got to the point where I could just do YouTube alone and not have to go to the bank, and so my mom that I wanted to quit that job, she didn't want me to quit, but she knew that I wasn't going to be stupid enough to fail. So try to bring them like on a play date or something. Like ask your girlfriend, of course, if it's okay to bring them like to the park or do something fun, like take them to the zoo so that way they could connect with you and spend some time with you and feel okay and start getting a connection. What I will personally do is tell them that you're probably not going to mess with them anymore, and explain to them why. Let them know that their behavior is toxic and it's not productive, it's not positive in any way towards your life, and that is why you're trying to distance yourself. Hopefully one day. I've only been to Europe once, and I was in London and Manchester for the YouTuber fight. So hopefully I can go out there again one day and see y'all. In the past, I did Zumba to really lose all the weight, like all the heavy weight. But now, for me to get a little slimmer, what I do now is we go to a personal trainer at LA Fitness, and we follow the regimens that he has us do. And I wish I could say the exercises that he puts us through, because we work on different things, different days. Like one day we'll do arms, one day we'll do back, some days we'll do legs. I just know that it hurts, okay? I just know that it hurts, and it leaves us not being able to move for quite a few days. I wish I could tell you. I just try to ignore it, but if they get overly disrespectful or try to DM me something that I don't want to see, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about, I just block you. I would say before you even try to look for apartments, try to make sure that you have enough money saved up for at least 1 year's worth of rent, so that if anything happens, you will be okay. And 2, work on your credit score, because that's the major thing. Most likely the same thing that you're thinking is the same thing that other people are thinking when they're presenting in front of the class. Because I don't think anyone likes to be publicly speaking. I don't think anyone likes to do that. I think they force us to do that in class because it might be good for like other jobs to make presentations. But just be comfortable in the fact that you aren't the only one doing it, okay? And just after you present, somebody else is going to do it too. So they're not going to be thinking heavily on you if you mess up or anything like that. Just know that it's going to be okay, and you're going to get a good grade out of it.
Momentum dribble. Behind the back. Speed boost. Step back. Cheese. On the back. Full bar. Oh, we missed it.
Oh. You got to talk to her about it, because if you don't tell her that you feel like there's something wrong, there might not even be something wrong. You might just be thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not in your relationship, but I would say talk to her about it, and don't just leave things up for assumption. Have a conversation. You have to chase your dreams because nobody else is going to do it for you. Your dream is not somebody else's dream. So they're not going to be putting forward work for you to get up there. You have to do it. And if you fail, then you learn from them failures and you become better and you grow as a person from that experience. You got to make sure that you do not bring those past problems to your future relationships. You cannot treat everybody like they were the last person that hurt you, because they weren't. They didn't do anything. They're innocent. So just have a little faith in them, and I love you too. Find out if she likes you back. If she doesn't, you gotta move on. I mean, I say this all the time, but I think the easiest way is just to move on and not get hung up on somebody that doesn't feel the same way towards you. It may hurt a little bit, but there's gonna be other people that you find along. Oh, Twitch streamer. Okay, so go ahead and promote your Twitch channel. Put it everywhere. Put it on all your social medias. Let everybody know when you're going to stream, when you're not going to stream. Try to get a stream deck. I think that really helps before Elgato. It really helps you if you stream. Still practice it anyway. It doesn't matter if you're making money from it or not, because one day you could make a lot of money from it just from you practicing. And if you don't have the money to go to school, I would say do it when you're not at work, when you're not at school, trying to perfect your craft. And one day you might not even need the education. You got to ask her what's really going on. You got to ask, okay, like that what are we question, because she can't just keep using you for a good time and you don't know what you are to her and she keeps saying that you're just friends. No, you better cut off that access. Of course it is. Go where you need to go, okay, in order to go ahead and be successful. There's a lot of people, a lot of celebrities, actors, all that stuff that have left their family, left them at home. Not that they wanted to, but because they felt like they needed to in order to get where they had to, and they did. I say whatever makes you happy, really. I mean, like, what are your interests? What do you like to do? What do you like to do in your spare time that you could do all day, every day, and you don't even care if you're getting paid or not? You could do it for free. Whatever you want to do for free, you could do that. There's not really a way to get a girl to like you. It's either they like you or they don't. The only best way to figure out if they do is to actually talk to them. If you actually talk to them, they may think that you're cute anyway, and they're just waiting for you to make the first move. See, now they might be joking, but then sometimes they might actually be insulting you and disguising it as a joke. But when they do that, you need to check them. I think that's probably coming from like you just trying to be the best version of you that you can be. Like, you know that you could do better at certain things and you want to do it. So it's kind of like you hold yourself up at these standards, but you kind of can't beat yourself up about it at the same time. My biggest tip would to be highly preferring you stream on Twitch, only because Twitch you'll probably be seen more so than you would on YouTube. YouTube streaming is not really the best platform to go to for streaming. But I will say, try to at least get a face cam. I know a lot of people like to stream without it, but I feel like if you use a face cam, you kind of get more of a connection to your viewers and at least could put a face to the name of who's playing. And also get a Elgato for your game. Try to get like a friend or like a sibling or somebody that you know that could help you study and help you get your grades up. You don't have to study alone. That's the thing. You don't have to just do this whole journey by yourself. You can ask for help and it'll be fine. It could probably make it fun too at the same time. Go out and do some things. Go out, go work, go out and go be with your friends, go to some festivals, go to the beach. Y'all got to get out. Y'all got to go out in the world. Stop staying inside. Stop staying cooped up like I am right now. Don't do that. See, now me personally, I would just blatantly ignore it. Or if they're trying to argue with me all the time, I always hit them with an okay a million times. Like they'll say something, I'll just say okay. Say something, okay. Like it literally shuts down the conversation. I say go for it. If you feel like you want to do it, then you go do that, because your dad doesn't have to technically be your biological dad. It can be whoever's in your life that has raised you and brought you up in a good way and they've been in your life supporting you. That's your dad. Don't be scared, just let it out, because a lot of people are probably not going to like it anyway, but it's not their job to. This is your life, okay? This is how you want to live and this is how you identify, and that's okay. It shouldn't be their problem. But if they want to get mad about it, they can be mad by themselves. Try to talk about like a TV show or something like that they might like. Like right now, a lot of people watch Game of Thrones. I don't. But a lot of people watch Game of Thrones. She might watch it. You can be like, hey, you want to see that new Game of Thrones? And then she might say yes or no, but that's a start. I say get you a bag fully devoted to putting those foods in there, or carry a basket or something around with wrapped up cookies and brownies, and sell the cookies for probably like $1 or like 75 cents and sell the brownies for like $2. Always keep going, because you never know when one of those videos are going to blow up. You could be posting every day, get probably 0 to 4 views, and then one day you magically get 10,000. But you don't know that if you don't keep going. If you just stop, it'll never happen. So keep going. You should not care if people think that it's stupid or not, because you obviously didn't. If you were courageous enough to go ahead and post it online and let people know that this is what you're about and this is what you like to do. That's all that matters. It doesn't matter if somebody doesn't like it or not. It matters if you like it. So do it. I don't think you're in trouble. I don't think that you did a bad thing, sir. I think that you did a perfectly normal thing that people do. Some people don't even be in relationships and do that. So, I mean, I think you're fine. You have to be your biggest promoter, because it is your channel, and if people don't know about it, how are they going to know about it if you don't tell them? So you have to boast it out there like, hey, on Instagram, here's my channel. Twitter, here's my channel. Snapchat, here's my channel. Facebook, here's my channel. You got to push it out. Try to avoid heat, because heat definitely damages your hair. So if you're using heat 24/7 or every day to style your hair, you might want to stop doing that. And 2, might want to moisturize and also wash within every week or 2 weeks. Live your best life. I mean, it doesn't matter that you're the only single one. It doesn't matter. You're not missing out on anything. They're probably going to break up soon anyway. No, you know what? I should not say that. I should not say that. But no, just mind your business, because guess what? You are living free as a bird. You don't have to answer to anyone. You don't have to worry about if anybody's cheating on you. Just relax. You're fine. And when you want to become in a relationship, you will. It'll come naturally. I've never been through anything like that before, but I do know that when parents do that, it's never the child's fault why the parents are splitting. So you should never feel like it is your fault that your parents are going separate ways and you broke up the family or anything like that. I think what is important, though, is that you still try to have a relationship with both sides, with both your mom and your dad. Don't try to choose a side like, oh, I like mom better or I like dad better, because it's just going to make everything worse. Just try to stay that same connection with both parents. If you're worried about leaving home and being away from your family, I would say the best thing is to, 1, get a roommate so you probably don't feel as lonely, since you're used to people being around. But 2, realize that this is just the beginning step towards the rest of your life. You know, your family's not going to be around forever. It will be nice for them to be around. And some people may not want them to be around, but it opens you up to that freedom of making your own choices and doing what you want to do in life. It's kind of like just like freeing you out of a cage almost. Look at it that way. I'm pretty sure they do. I don't think anybody wants to be around a dude that acts like they don't have feelings. Like, oh, I'm a dude. I don't have feelings. I don't cry. Oh, I'm not sad. Like, come on now, drop the act. You don't change it, because if you do, then you're not being yourself. You're not being you. You're being a imposter. You can't change it. That's how you are. I would say ignore them, but if they keep trying to act like they never said something bad about you and you know they did, all you gotta do is just bring it up. That's it. So just ignore them if they're not saying it personally to you. Now, but if they act like they're your friend in front of your face, that's when you confront. I burned myself a lot when I learned. I don't know how to do like a whole bunch of amazing things, but I know to at least like how to curl and flat iron and straighten my hair. Y'all see this? Y'all see that dark mark right there? That's a burn mark. Enough to not get you sent to the hospital or get an STD. I mean, because I like what I do. Doing videos is fun for me. Like, it's fun for me to do gaming videos. It's fun for me to do videos with Dwayne. It's fun for me to do videos. So I don't mind recording and editing things all day. Good grades, and they wouldn't have any other reason not to. Maybe stop comparing yourself to other people. I feel like that might be a reason. I mean, because I don't know the actual reason why, but I feel like that might be a reason why you might feel not like yourself and feel better. Just know that you are you and you're not supposed to be them. Don't compare yourself. I know I've spoke on this before, but I was big before and I went through a weight loss journey. But the way that I went through it was that I knew that I was the only one that was going to be on this journey because it's my body. Same way that if you feel upset about your body, you're the only one that could change it. You have to know that you are the only one that is in your body, so it is your choice and your decision to make a change on it, because you can't feel sad about how you feel or how you look and not make any type of steps towards changing it, or you're always going to feel bad. My key to losing the weight and everything, and when I felt upset about my weight, was that I didn't look at the scale, because I felt like my happiness was going to be determined by a certain number. I didn't want to fit a certain number. I just wanted to feel good about myself, and that's when I got there. Anyone who makes fun of you because your name is Thomas, just like Thomas the Train, they're dumb as hell. Communication, have trust between each other, spend time with each other, talk to them, listen to them, do all of that. Eat food together, just be together, be open together. Do not hide anything, just become an open vessel. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all, because the real world is diverse. The real world is not just one race. I mean, we're all the human race, but I mean, like, as far as like different cultures and different ethnicities, they're all around you. So going to a school of just one is kind of unrealistic. You gotta stop being a yes man. You can't give everybody access to everything, or else they're gonna keep taking advantage of you because they know that they could ask you to do something, you're always gonna do it, versus when you want to do something and they're not there for you, you gotta cut off that access. Of course it is. Perfectly fine. If they friend zoned you, that basically tells me that they told you that they wanted to stay friends, which is completely normal. You know, some people may not be able to handle that because they still have the feelings for the other person, but I feel like you would feel that way towards somebody. I don't know. Those are tricky because I feel like the best relationships always start off as a friendship, because you're already friends with them, you're already connected, and it kind of just blossoms into something more, which I think is really great. But on the other hand, the other person might not feel the same way, so that's where the scary part comes in. So I understand. But the only thing you have to know is that if they don't feel the same way, it's completely fine for you to still talk to them. But just try to create like a boundary for yourself. Not so much them creating boundaries for you, but you creating a boundary for them. Like, you're not going to give them those benefits of somebody that you would be dating and give this to somebody else that you would actually date. On a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 9, I'm the one you need. I feel like personality matters more when you're looking for someone to date, because you could be the cutest, most beautiful person ever. But if you are dry as hell and you don't have a sense of humor, you are just a person, I just can't. I feel like personality makes up for everybody's looks and everything else. I feel like if you have a beautiful personality, that's what really sticks out versus if you just have a pretty face. Because when you get old, that goes away. And what's left? Nothing? I'm not gonna laugh anymore. Like, it's just, ugh. Thank you. And I will also say, try to make a logo, a company slogan, company name, and try to trademark it, copyright it, so that way you own the rights to it and you can get your original business going. Everyone's not worth your energy. Just simple as that. Everyone's not worth your energy. Now, if they touch you, that energy can now be dispersed. I say get you a Windows computer. Only reason I say that is because Windows, you can still get your editing programs, but your recordings will be very high quality. Because I use a Mac to edit. I don't record on my Mac, but I do record on my Windows. So get a Windows for both. Whoa, you are young, okay? But enjoy recess. Because you're not going to get it in middle school or high school. It's going to be done. I think so. Because I think that at that age, you want to get a lot of stuff. You know, you want to buy some shoes. You want to go to a mall, shop with your friends. But you got to rely on your parents for money to give it to you. Instead, you could just have your own money and get what you want. And you don't even have to ask them. Y'all need to stop saying that your crush likes you as a bad thing. That is a good thing. Go ahead and talk to them since you think that they like you back and the feeling is mutual. That's a good thing. Stop being scared. Go ahead and take that leap. They're not going to say no. They already like you. I would say after high school, that's like really the true test of if you guys are going to be friends forever. Because when you get out of high school, you're forced not to be in a class together and everyone goes to different paths and it leads them to different places. So I would say just, keep in contact. When it's summertime, go ahead and hang out with them. When it's school time, go ahead and text them or FaceTime them or do whatever. There's social media, so you can always stay in contact. And just see what they're doing and try to link up every once in a while when you can. I would say pretty easily because that's telling me that they have already had their sights on somebody else and you weren't truly theirs and they weren't truly yours. So I would get over that very fast. That's just me. There's no such thing as white music and black music, okay? That's something that y'all are doing yourself, okay? If you like what you like, okay? If you like to listen to rock music, then listen to it. If you like to listen to rap music, then listen to it. Doesn't matter. If you want to do gaming on YouTube, I would say play the games that you like to play, that you genuinely like to play. You could try it out, and then if you find out that you don't like it, you don't have to post a video. Don't just post it because it's a trending, popular game. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You don't have to do it. Everybody on this earth loves Red Dead and God of War, and I do not. I have tried both of them, and I don't like them, and you still don't see them on my channel because I don't like the game. I wasn't having fun, and it comes across as me not having fun. So you just gotta take some time to love yourself. Literally. You just say, okay, got you. You know where they stand, and just know that you gotta prove them wrong now. It doesn't matter if someone doesn't think the same things as you do, if they don't believe in you. You're the one that has to believe in yourself. So you just gotta show them that you can accomplish. You just ask her in a nice way where you guys stand, and who does she want? Like, who do you want? Do you want me or him? Because you can't have both, okay? You're not about to be her little side piece when she wants to get a piece of the chocolate or whatever, the candy. Depends on what you want to do. So, like, if you want to mainly focus on losing weight and getting smaller, I would say focus on cardio. Now, if you don't want to lose that much weight and you want to just tone yourself up and be more sculpted, then I would say toning, muscle. We try to stay away from any music that you would hear on the radio. Anybody that's signed underneath a label, we stay away from their music because it's going to get blocked. Might not be blocked for other people, but for us it does. And anime, we try to stay away from that. Even though we want to touch it, we get... Absolutely not. You don't have to go to college for that. The only thing that they're going to teach you in college for music, because I used to major in music, is the same thing that you would learn in school, like music history and things like that. Maybe some notes, but not how to be better. You could do that on your own. That's what I realized, and that's why I stopped going. I stopped going because everything I was learning in music for college, I had already known. I had already known how to read music and everything, so you don't need it. Don't be sad. It's a very liberating experience. You truly realize how you could survive on your own, basically. Like, you figure out that you're the only one taking care of this house. You kind of take care of it better than you would at your parents' house. Maybe you could like sit them down together and try to have a conversation. Excuse me, I burped. Try to have a conversation and try to see if you guys could mend it, because I feel like you're gonna still keep seeing this person, so they gotta be okay. See, you can't do that. You can't doubt yourself before you even start. You need to go ahead and try it. Show people your art. Maybe show like a fast, like sped up version of how you do your art, and maybe some people will be inspired and like your art. You know, do not think about it too much. It's gonna be the first of many, okay? And it's probably not gonna be the best either. Especially if the other person hasn't kissed anyone either. It's probably going to be an awkward experience. But you guys will be okay. You're going to learn from it and you're going to grow from it. You're going to be the best kisser. I would say stop asking that same person. Because they're probably going to give you the same answer again and again and again. And they're not the only person in the world. You can go ahead and ask this whole slew of people that's about to be breaking out their wholeness this summer. Well, I say the first thing you do is to definitely see a doctor to diagnose you, because you don't want to self-diagnose yourself, because a lot of people self-diagnose themselves with disorders and they don't even have them. It's just that you have a normal anxiety feeling. I love what I do. I love it. I love my room. I love this computer. I love that computer set over there. I love what I do. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing now. I truly like what I'm doing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything else. You know when a joke is a joke, and you know when they're actually doing backhanded insults. So if they are doing insults, you need to check them right there and be like, okay, so you're not going to throw this shade at me and think that I'm not going to say anything back to you. Okay, you need to check them. You can do both, you know. You can go ahead and get an internship in the field that you want to do, and whether it be paid or not, most likely I would say go for the paid one, of course, because you want to get money. But do those at the same time, so that way you can already have work experience underneath your belt once you get that second master. You're not ugly, you're beautiful, okay? You need to stop telling yourself that you're ugly and putting yourself down, because you're putting yourself down before somebody else can even get to know you. And they might even not even care about looks. So stop putting yourself down. You're beautiful, you're amazing, you will find someone. I think that you could just pull them aside and then just say, hey, we've been friends for a while and I actually really care about you and maybe want to take it on a deeper level. And if not, then we don't have to make it awkward. They can get blocked or go on the on-site list, whichever one they prefer. Whichever one. I personally have never heard of that app or site or whatever that is, but I would recommend iMovie, Sony Vegas, or if you have a Windows, if you have a Windows, Sony Vegas, Final Cut Pro for Mac. Gotcha. Nothing really. I was not used to it at all, because when we first started, I barely had Instagram. I didn't even have a Twitter. I made a Twitter right when we started YouTube, and I was not in the public eye at all and didn't like to be in front of people at all. But I kept doing it because I was having a lot of fun with Dwayne doing it, and I felt more comfortable the more I did it to be myself in front of the camera, because at first I was a little shy, but now I feel perfectly fine sharing with you guys me. We are one day, just not now. I mean, like, we're just trying to focus on, you know, getting our channels up and traveling and doing a whole bunch of stuff. So we're not trying to focus on marriage or kids anytime soon. Of course, you have your whole life to go to college. They try to drill it into your brain, like in high school, that you have to go to college, like right then and there, once you get out of high school, but you don't. You can take time off and go to college whenever you want to. It's not going to. You can do whatever you want to do. You could do all three if you want to. You could do one if you want to. It doesn't matter. Just know that you have to schedule your time to where you're happy with the amount of time that you could relax and do the things you like to do at the same time without feeling overwhelmed. You gotta breathe, okay? We was in a car trying to gather our thoughts, all right? That's all you gotta do. Just sit there and gather your thoughts with whoever you're watching it with, or if you're alone, and just sit there and gather your thoughts. That's the only way. I say that the only opinion that matters is yours, because it's your body. So if you feel like you want to change it, then go ahead and change it. If you don't want to lose weight, then don't lose weight. If people are telling you to lose weight and you don't want to, then don't do it. If people are telling you to do it and you don't, it's up to you. Red Dead, I'm sorry, that game was boring as hell. That's why I didn't post it. I could not get through it. You could see it in my face that I was not having fun. Like, saddling up on a horse and trotting through snow for hours ain't. Guess what? People think that being a YouTuber is not a real career, but yet here we are. Okay, it is. There's a real career. First, hold on, because this is going to be a rant, okay? Cosmetology is one of the biggest careers ever because, for one, I can't do it. So I know that there's talent in that, and you definitely have talent for it if you could do it. So I say go ahead and do it. That is a real career. There are celebrities and rappers that will fly you out they will literally fly you out and pay you thousands to do their makeup for a show. And actors, they wear it all the time. The men too, they get foundation and all of that. So their favorite actors and rappers and all that stuff, they be wearing makeup too. Okay, it is a real job. You get paid. Any job that you get paid from is a real career, okay? They don't understand that Uncle Sam wants that money too, okay? You still paying taxes doing cosmetology. It is a real job. They could go ahead and stay in a 9-to-5 cubicle all day if they want to, but you have dreams and aspirations. Yes, I do. I say use your phone, because I say this all the time, use your phone as everything you need, as your equipment for now, until you could save up enough money to get what you really want. You don't really need the top of the line thing. I say try to use your phone to create the best content that you can. Try to get somebody to hold the phone for you if you can't do it yourself, you know. Use your lights in your house. Try to put some lamps everywhere to get some good lighting. And just put it out and record it and put it up on YouTube. The biggest thing I want you to remember, though, is that you do not need to be rich in order for you to be successful on YouTube or any platform, I would say. Because a lot of the biggest people came from nothing, ground nothing, and built it up with what they had. Your body is your body. It's not their body. It's not his body. It's not her body. Don't even worry about it, okay? Because I feel like I'm a little chubby too. But I'm confident though. It's okay. How to get there is you should be able to strut your stuff whether you are skinny, fat, whatever. It is your body, okay? And if you are fine with it, then go ahead and strut it and say, hey, this is me. This is who I am. And you could just go the fuck on because it's not your body. You shouldn't have to worry about what. I've dealt with bullying before and I almost fought the girl. But before I did, I just ignored her every day. I ignored them all the time because I didn't want to put my energy towards them and I didn't want to show that it was affecting me. But you know, we all have our breaking points to where you just can't take anymore. And that is when I spoke up to the girl and was running up to her. I wasn't running, but like I was walking up to her saying, hey, we gonna get it cracking. And ever since then, I haven't been bothered by her ever again. Basically, my moral of the story is let them know that you are not standing for it. And if they keep bothering you, they're just gonna have to square up. No, I shouldn't say that. Get them at Elgato HD60S card, okay? It's gonna help them with their recording, it's gonna help them with their streams, and it's just gonna help them overall, okay? They could do little overlays on it and all that stuff. I should be a freaking promoter for them. If your mind keeps focusing on what happened in the past that you can't change, that's just stuck there, you're gonna be stuck there. You're gonna be mentally stuck. You're not gonna be able to live in the present that is happening now and enjoy what is happening now. And then further in the future, I mean, I think so. I don't smoke, so I don't know. I've never smoked weed ever. But it might help them relax. I mean, hopefully it doesn't get to the point where they can't function without weed. Because I knew some people like that, and that was a problem. I know, I'm sorry. It's just that we weren't really sightseeing at all. Like, we were just there for the operation. Like, it wasn't like a vacation trip, so we weren't really out walking about everywhere. So, I'm sorry. Okay, so this is just me, so you don't have to listen to this, but how I deal with that is that I let them go through that hardship. If I'm trying to help you and you say you don't want that help, obviously I'm not going to help you. So you help yourself and go through whatever. Then once they go through that hardship, then they might come back to you and say, hey, you know what, I might actually need that help, and I'll be there with open arms, okay? But sometimes you got to let people go through making their own mistakes for them to actually know that there's a problem. I say that's kind of hard. I don't have a little sibling, but I am a younger sibling. And I would say that the best way is to try to teach them things. Try to teach them things that are pivotal in their life, like how to ride a bike or like how to get a job. Things. I feel like after you like teach them pivotal things like how to drive, how to cook and things like that, they'll naturally gain a respect for you because they feel like this person has helped me so much with things that I use on an everyday basis, you know. They might not understand it now, but they will later. Playing old video games now, okay? I'm playing Batman Arkham Origins. It's so old, I couldn't even play it on the PlayStation. I had to go ahead and get it on the PC because on PlayStation it's PSN now, just basically for all those old games that you can't have the remastered version. If you ever feel unappreciated, my advice would be to stop doing those things that you did for those people, because then they would probably notice that you have stopped and learn to appreciate what you do in the future. You tell them exactly that. You tell them that you need to work on yourself. It has nothing to do with you. You are a great person, but you just need time to focus on yourself and what you want. Doesn't mean that you're never going to talk to them again. It's just that you needed some distance. I love it. I'm nursing it every day. I'm taking care of him. Taking care of the scar in the back of his head. We got to go back and get his stitches taken out. I'm basically being his nurse. So I like it. Whatever he wants to do and whatever he wants to do to improve himself, I support it. Man, somebody pick me up. Somebody get me. Because if you think so, maybe they might too. I don't know. But if anybody is looking at it and they want to give me a call, you can go ahead. I just want to try to help people more, you know? Like, I'm a very helpful person, and I help the people that are around me, but I wanted to help those that watch me because you guys helped me get to where I am. So it's kind of like I feel like I want to get back to you guys. And this isn't an answer to a question. This is just something that I want to say to you guys that watch all these stories that I do. You guys are amazing, okay? You're beautiful. You are talented. You are strong. You all just need to believe in yourselves. Because I get a lot of people saying that they don't have a support system around them, or they don't have people that believe in them, and their family doesn't believe in what they want to do, and they have their friends make fun of them for what they like, and just it doesn't matter. Because a lot of you guys are putting yourself down before anybody can even get to know you. So how is somebody else going to love you if you don't even love yourself? You don't even have the confidence in yourself. You need to start having the confidence in yourself. You are great. So if you have a dream, or if you have an aspiration that you want to go for, then go for it. It doesn't matter if anybody doesn't support you. They're not supposed to. You're supposed to support you, okay? You need to believe in yourself. It starts with you, okay? When me and Dwayne started, we didn't have any help from anybody. Like, we were just basically learning as we went, you know? And thank God my parents let us use their couch for us to start on, but we were using stuff that we had. We used our phones. We used our table, our lamp. You know, if you like something and you want to put it out there and you want to do something, you have to put in the work to do it. And you have to be confident in yourself that this will work. And it will work. You just got to stop putting that negative energy out, because it's the same negative energy that you're going to get back. And who cares if people think that what you like is weird, or what you are interested in is not cool or whatever. It doesn't matter, because you are doing what you want to do and you are happy doing that. So you should live your life that way. The more y'all care about what other people think about you, the less you're going to feel happy, okay? The more that you don't care about what people have to say about you or what you're doing in your life, you're going to be so happy. Just stop caring. Stop caring about other people. I don't know. That's my little rant. Because I just feel like people care too much of opinions from other people that aren't doing shit with their life, and you're trying to do something with your life. Doesn't matter. Do not let anybody that's not doing anything with their life judge you on what you should do and how you should carry on your life and how you should live your life. And they're not even doing the best they could with theirs. Like, just live your life. Live your life and be happy. Love who you love. Do what you want to do and be happy. If they still don't get it after you've been talking to them, then maybe it's time for you to just exclude yourself from them so that you don't have to deal with that type of negativity or anything like that. You don't want to feel like you're left out. I find that the easiest way to get over it is to just know that that's not going to be your last one. And two, you can find somebody that's going to like you and love you how you should be treated in the first place, and let go of the person that's causing all that negativity in your life, because you don't need it. Don't get in it. I mean, like, if people are bringing it to you and it has nothing to do with you, just be like, hey, that's between y'all, okay? Just watch on the sidelines. Don't even be a part of it, because school drama is not even worth it, honestly. You're just going to forget about it once you graduate. I would return the question and be like, so you tell me what a black person is supposed to act like, because apparently I'm not acting my color. Apparently I'm not supposed to be acting this way if I'm this color. Like, how am I supposed to act when I'm black? That doesn't make sense. Some parents won't accept it because a lot of the older generations were raised on that, being gay is bad or something like that, or whatever is like an evil thing. I don't know, but just know that it's not that way anymore, okay? And some people just can't let go of that. And I wouldn't say that it's their job to accept it, because not everybody's going to accept it. They can at least understand you and know that you are you, and they're not going to love you any less because you're still their child. So it doesn't matter what you do. They should still love you regardless. Start brushing and combing out and detangling your hair from the end up, because if you try to do it from here, starting, it's going to hurt you every single time. Stop it. Not at all, because I did that. I dropped out as soon as I figured out on my own that I was wasting my time. The things that I wanted to do didn't really necessarily require a college degree. And what I'm doing right now doesn't require one either. So chase your dreams. First of all, I love you too. Thank you. And second, I would say that you just got to let them know, because if you don't tell them, they're not going to know. They're not psychic. Nobody's psychic. So if you don't tell them how you feel, they're going to just think their whole lives that you don't care about them, and you really do. You're already beautiful, so stop it. Stop it. You're amazing. You're good as you are. If you're saying you don't want to be that guy, as in that person that keeps going into everybody else's streams, begging them to watch their stream, that's exactly the thing that you don't do. Yes, you just continue grinding, because the more you stream, the more people will see you. It's a snowball effect. It will come one. I wouldn't say all, because there are some genuine people that actually like what they're doing, but there are a lot that don't like what they're doing, and they're just doing it for the money. And it's clear that they're doing it for the money, because they're doing the same things over and over and over and over again. It's just, that's how it is. You don't even have to go to school for animating. You can go ahead and look it up on YouTube and figure out how to be a great animator. You don't need to spend that type of money. You don't need to go to college in order to be a better artist. All you gotta do is just keep practicing on your craft and figure out how to get them better and get your original style out. I would say try to make sure that your anime is very original based, and try to make sure that your character plots are not similar to those of other ones, because you don't want to get your show compared to like Naruto or Bleach or anything like that. You want it to be your own show. Me personally, I don't think so, because when you're in a long distance relationship, you're not seeing them all the time, and they could be out, piping someone down. I don't want to say that, but they could be piping somebody down. You would never know it, and they saying they're fine. I'm going to keep doing my hobbies that I like to do, because they're my hobbies. They're not their hobbies. So they either get with it or get gone. I don't know. Just go to IHOP, okay? They're open 24/7. Their meals are 24/7. You can get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Doesn't matter. You can go there, and it's completely cheap, okay? That's what I did after my prom. I went to IHOP. Or Denny's. Denny's is a good place, too, but they're kind of nasty. Wait till you're ready, because you don't want to have anybody force that on you. Most likely your first time is going to suck anyway, so don't be pressured into it, all right? And if they're pressuring you too much and it seems like that's all they want from you, go walking. Don't even deal with that person anymore. Prunes. Eat the prunes, drink the prune juice, do it. Just get prunes in your system, okay? I've had constipation issues when I was little, and I literally had to eat prunes or drink prune juice every week. It really sucked, but it worked. If you mean your work environment by like your coworkers being toxic, just ignore them, because first of all, you came to that job for a check. You didn't come for friends, okay? So it'll be nice if you got along with your coworkers, but if you don't, at the end of the day, you're still getting paid. You're still getting your rent paid and everything else, so screw them. There's nothing weird about it, okay? Do you see Eminem out here? You still see Eminem out here killing the game with Logic on that little, homicide? Did y'all hear that? Okay. Rap is for everybody. Stop it. If you're doing that, I feel like you have major trust issues. You should not be lurking your boyfriend's page on a fake page. Like, you see him and you talk to him all the time. Just, if you feel something, ask him. Talk to him about it. Why are you lurking as somebody else? Everybody comes from somewhere, okay? It doesn't matter where you came from. It matters where you're going, okay? So if you're going to keep those thoughts in your head, you're going to stay there and nothing's going to happen. But if you chase your dreams, then you can get out of that place and make a name for that place, and that you came from this small town. Stop being negative. Try to be the best that you can be. Like, be like the best employee, but not like the smug one that acts like they're the manager. Just saying, be a hard worker, okay? Even if you don't like the job, because then you can get promoted and you might not have to do that thing anymore. I say get you a Blue Yeti. A Blue Yeti is the easy USB microphone that could be plugged up in your computer or laptop, anywhere for the USB port, and actually has good sound. Just get a, what is that thing that you put on top of the microphone so you don't get the spit? Get that. People are going to talk about you till the day you die. That's just a thing that's just going to happen. People talk about me every day, but I don't pay attention to it because I don't respond to it. It's what you respond to that gets the attention, okay? Stop paying attention to what people are saying about you and live your life. You can do apprenticeship and go to college at the same time, so that way, once you graduate college and you've already been working at that apprenticeship, you can already have a full-time paying job that you want in your field after you graduate. So it's a really good thing to do both. Well, right when I got out of high school, that's when I was already working. Like, I had to take time off in order for me to graduate and go to my prom because they were trying to make me work that day and I was not having it. But that let me know that the world does not care about your problems and they just want you to show up. Hey, look, you're over 18. She's over 18. Y'all do what you do, okay? It's none of my business. Oh, girl. Oh, you gonna have it out for you because I did a summer camp with kids around that same age. And just know that they are going to fight every day about something that does not matter. But you could set up a game where they could unleash like their anger towards everybody. You could do that. Record by yourself. Just make a channel if you want to. Make a channel by yourself and record when you want to. That's the thing that's kind of hard with doing a channel with somebody else is that they both have to want to do it. Because if they don't, then it's just going to be one person left on the sidelines.
It's a moment when I show up, God, I'm saying wow.
I think it's easy for me to keep up with the schedule I set for myself because nobody else is going to do it for me. You know, I don't have a boss. I don't have anybody telling me what to do. So my work reflects how hard I work. So if I don't work hard, who's going to do it for me? Okay, so I always say this, but this is how I see it. So you have 24 hours in a day. Everybody has the same time. You have 8 hours sleep, 8 hours at school. There's 16 hours gone. So you have 8 hours left in a day. What are you doing with that time? Use that time wisely and put that towards something useful, like doing your YouTube. Because people are bored, okay? People are just bored. They don't have a hobby. They don't know what they want to do. And since they feel like that, they want to make everybody else feel like shit. And they want to go ahead and hate on you for no absolute reason. They don't even know who you are. They just want to hate on you. It's just humans. I think that channel will work out amazing. Now, here's the problem. YouTube does not think that's amazing. YouTube will demonetize you. YouTube will probably try to delete your channel. So I wouldn't try to do that. Maybe try to bring your talents elsewhere to Instagram. I just need to learn how to manage your time better. Stop wasting time on useless apps that are not producing anything good for your life. And I'm talking about Farmville, Candy Crush, anything like that. I mean, get off of Snapchat and actually do something productive. If it is not creating something for you to further yourself in life, don't spend all day on that thing. If it's not getting you the job you want, if it's not getting you in the space you want, if it's not getting you the money you want in your bank account, stop it, okay? Reduce that time. Look, you're going to be fine. I know a lot of people that are scared of planes. My grandfather is scared of planes, but that's because he was in a war. But anyway, you will land and you will be fine. People get into more car accidents than plane accidents, okay? You're more likely to die walking outside your door than going on a plane. My view on cheating is that if you ever feel like you're going to cheat on somebody or whatever, you need to break up and be single because you're going to emotionally and mentally destroy this other person because of your own selfish needs. And they didn't even do anything. And I feel like if you spent enough time with that person, then maybe they might forgive you. Maybe they might forgive you for cheating. But I just know that I've been cheated on, and every time I've been cheated on, I left. So if you're always constantly worrying about somebody else, you're not living your life. That's just it. You're not living your life. You're living their life. You're living their life for them. You need to get some self-care and do some things for you. I don't. Y'all know my quote already. I block people, so. I see it as advice is advice. It's not a live your life guide, okay? It's either you take the advice and it works or you don't take the advice. You don't have to. It's just suggestions. Advice is suggestions on what to do. You don't have to take it. I would say editing is the hardest thing because you usually sit there for hours depending on how long your video renders and how many edits you put in. And then you have to wait for it to upload on YouTube. And sometimes YouTube just goes bonkers, so you're sitting there all day. So that's the hardest. I mean, I was fat, so that's it. I just ate a lot. I don't let them get to me because setbacks are not the end of my life, okay? Like, if something doesn't work out, that doesn't mean that my life just stops right there. Like, that's like if you mess up on something and you're like, oh, well, I messed up, I'm never going to try again, then you're never going to learn how to overcome it. You keep posting until somebody does, okay? Because it's not going to be forever that nobody's going to see your videos. Somebody's going to see it, and somebody's going to like it. You just have the confidence to post them and continue to post them and know that you will get somewhere and you're not wasting your time. It's going to get up. If you don't like your job, go ahead and apply to all the millions of other jobs. You do not have to stay at that one job, okay? You can stay there for now to get some coins up, but you can go ahead and apply to other ones. I know I was at PNC Bank and I was applying to different jobs as I was there at the computer, so do you. Unfortunately, that's just how Caribbean parents are. I don't know how else to say it, but you have to show them that you can be successful in another field. You know, you can show them what your talent is, and maybe they will get on board after they start seeing the success that you get from it. You're probably going to hate all your customers. And that's coming from somebody that was so happy, and I worked in a food place, and it was like the Subway of ice cream, and I hated everybody that walked in there. But it gave me good experience, so that's always good. Not at all. That's called taking me time, okay? That's taking time to yourself to detox from everybody around you and focus on yourself and get your energy back, get your spiritual energy back. There's nothing wrong with that. Fall down. Time. Come on. Come on, girl. What? She just hit me with a whole dinosaur. This bitch done hit me with T-Rexes. Okay. All right. I gotta kill you. Now. I gotta kill you. I would say don't try so hard to fit in, because a lot of people are going to try to do that, and don't get influenced by that. Don't think that you have to be part of the popular kids or anything like that. Just surround yourself people that like things that you do. I say shoot your shot, because if you don't, somebody else might. And then you can't then get mad at those two people for going together because you never confess your feelings to them. They don't know that you like them unless you tell them. So you got to tell them. I think anytime that if you ask somebody out, it should probably be in person. So that way they can't avoid you like that. Because during text, when you tell them through text, they can act like they never saw it or they didn't get the call or anything like that. Versus if you're direct with them and face to face, they can't escape. See, even though it's not you that's in a relationship, I would. Because for me, I would tell them if I have receipts. Like if I have proof, I will tell them. Because if I tell them, they're probably not going to listen to me because they might think I'm trying to damage. I say move on, because nobody has time to wait. I mean, like, you might want to wait for the person if you feel like they're like the only one that you could see yourself with. But I would open the option to other people, because you can't wait your whole life. Ignore them. People are going to talk about you to the day that you die. And I'm not trying to say it in a mean way, but people are going to constantly talk about you. It's what you respond to that matters, because people are going to talk about you all day. It doesn't matter. Does that make it true? Just because they say that you're ugly doesn't make it true. Plan on doing like let's plays and gameplays. I would say start on YouTube. But if you plan on streaming mainly, if you know you're going to stream mainly, I would say go to Twitch, because you could use those stream Twitch highlights and move them to YouTube. So sorry. So sorry that, you lost out. But, if she broke up with you and now she wants you back because you're dating somebody else, that's her fault for not realizing what she had when she had it. So I'm so sorry, but she's going to have to get over it. I'm going to answer your question with another question. Where are y'all getting this money? Because when I was in high school, I was broke as hell. And I had to actually get a job in order to get money, because I didn't have allowance. And if I did have allowance, it was $5 per month. So I was broke as fuck. But I would say, stop trying to spend your money on food. I know that everybody loves food because I'm a foodie. Don't try to spend money on Chipotle and McDonald's. Actually save that so that you could put that towards like your first future car or something like that, so you won't have to ride the bus like I did. Just gotta explore, Try to figure out what you like, and to figure it out, you have to try some things out. But try those things out with people that are willing to try those things out with you. See, dating online is always so iffy to me, because so many people can catfish you in so many ways that you don't really know who you're talking to unless you're like in person with that person. So I would say if you do work a lot, I would try to go on your lunch break, go to like a bar or something, and try to meet people then. There are jobs everywhere, okay? You just gotta find them. There's a lot of places that you can apply to. You can apply to 100 million jobs. It doesn't matter how many, but at least one will call you back. See, it's those jobs that you don't want that they're not applying for. I don't smoke, so I really don't have a personal opinion on weed because I've never done it. But I don't care if other people do it. It doesn't matter to me. See, that's interesting though, because this whole time you are bi and they're still your friends. But if you tell them that you're by is going to automatically change. Like, why is that? Because you guys were so comfortable with me the entire time, and I'm bi, and you never knew it. I guess my question would be, are they paying for your college? Because if they're not, they can't really force you into getting into that debt unless you want to. No! The greatest date is just spending time with that significant person, okay? Because my dates with Dwayne when I first met him was at Taco Bell. We went to his friend's house to play video games, and we barely spent a dime, so money has nothing to do with it. Not at all, because I used to care what people thought about me when I was younger. But then I grew to realize that their opinions don't really matter. They don't hold any weight to my life. I could still do what I want to do while they could think about me, whatever they're thinking about me. It does not matter. I say, yeah, go do it, because I really don't see animation and gaming put together, so that's actually a good idea, so go do it. I would say you need to do things and surround yourself with things that make you feel good, because at the end of the day, self-esteem is self-esteem, and if you are feeling bad about yourself, depending on what other people say about you, you're letting others affect you how you feel about yourself. Try to do things that you are passionate about. Try to surround yourself around people that are positive around you, that help your life, that bring positivity and bring substance to your life. If not, then you're going to be constantly surrounded by people that are constantly hurting you and making your self-esteem worse. See, now, my question, because a lot of people always ask me this, and it's a Sunday thing, is do y'all actually want to be YouTubers, or do you guys want to be popular or have fame? Is that it? Do y'all want to be trending, or do you actually like what you do? I always get the questions, how do you make more money, and how do I get rich on YouTube? How do I become a big YouTuber and stuff like that? You become a big YouTuber by liking what you're doing. You don't just do things you see everybody else doing and just following the trend because it's trendy. Like, you don't really like it. You're not ugly, you're beautiful, stop it. Stop the self-hate, okay? Love yourself. Just kindly let them know that you are going to block them if they continue. And if they do, bye-bye, you're on that block list. If you truly like what you do, it's not hard to do it every day and be consistent with it, because you kind of look forward to doing that. Like, if it was like a job, like you hate it, of course it's going to be hard for you to be consistent. But if you actually like what you're doing, it's not going to be a chore for you to do it. You just got to try a lot of things out. Try to figure out what you like early in life. Because for me, I liked and I loved music, soca, calypso for dancing and for coloring books and everything like that, and I expanded on it and actually learned how to tattoo and sing. Hey, that's what I like to hear. Keep going. I hope that you continue and don't lose confidence. Keep it going. What I used to do was like pay attention to their body language. Like, if they're like not looking at me like eye to eye as I'm looking at them, or they're blinking or doing something that's like a little fidgety, that's how you might tell if they're lying. But I don't know. I'm not a walking lie detector, but that was my way. I would say if you're a shy person like I would start off with a very, very small group of friends. And then those friends will invite you to things that have more and more people around. It kind of forces you to be social a little bit. But you have that kind of security because your friend is there. I would say when you have enough money to afford at least 6 months rent, or I would probably say a year's worth of rent somewhere else, that's when you can move out. If you don't have that secure, then I would not do that. We are coming out with merch very, very soon. We are working on different companies and trying to figure out who's reliable, because last time we had shipping issues and product getting faded and all that stuff, and I don't want that happening again. So we are still... I think my first anxiety attack I've ever had was when I had to do a duo for my Christmas choir in school. That I didn't want to do in the first place, but my teacher forced me to. But I had to do it, and I was very shy at the time, and it was just... When it came down to the performance, I was the first one to sing, like by myself, so it was like a solo part. And I froze up for like a good 2 seconds, but then once I heard my part coming in and I knew that it was going to be a train wreck if I didn't start, I just did it. And as I was doing it, all I could think about was just continue to sing your part. Don't care about who's staring at you in the crowd. Just stare at that wall. And I just had to think about blocking out all the negativity or something bad will happen. It's going to be super fun and super stressful at the same time, because things that you don't even think about, you're going to have to start thinking about, like getting laundry detergent and like the water bill and stuff like that. Just tell them that you want to do music. I mean, being a Christian doesn't restrict you from doing music. I wouldn't think so. I don't think that it should affect their faith for you wanting to do music. Whatever, let them know. And they weren't your true friends, okay? They were some fake friends, okay? Because no person, no type of relationship, whether they find a boyfriend or a husband or whatever, should get in the way of what you two have as a friendship. That's ridiculous. For being yourself, you're not going to sound like other YouTubers because you're you. You're the only you on this planet. So be the best you, be the best you and do your YouTube. Everything that is unique about yourself, expand upon that, like embrace it. Don't worry, you're most likely going to be asleep the whole time and then wake up delirious and start saying stuff that you don't really mean. But they're going to capture it on video anyway, so you're going to see that. So don't worry. I love doing it with them. It's very fun. Might as well keep doing what we have fun together doing, It's fun. I mean, you could ask. You could always ask what people are interested in. But as far as for reactions, we always ask people what you guys want to see because we don't know what's out there, but you guys do. But as far as my gaming videos, I play what I actually like to play. And I share it with you guys. It's not all women, it's just the one that you're dealing with. I would say the best way is to surround yourself with the people that actually speak that language fluently and have them speak that to you normally as if you understand it, but you don't. And you will eventually pick it up because that's how babies learn to speak. Don't worry about your exams. Y'all are going to ace them. Everybody's going through exams right now. Y'all are going to ace them. Y'all are going to get out of that damn school. Y'all are going to stop seeing these damn students and you're going to get on with your damn life. You are going to be fine. You're going to ace them. Stop worrying. I would get an apartment first only because you can't really live in a car. A car doesn't have a shower and everything like that, but an apartment does. At least you'll have a roof over your head. Just ride public transportation until you could get a car because that's what I did. I just now got a car. I mean, you can give people all the advice in the world, but at the end of the day, they're going to make their choices based on what they truly want to do. So it's you could try to avoid them getting a heartbreak or heartache, but it's their decision what they want to go through. You're scared to go to the gym because everybody that goes there is trying to improve. Okay, so you're going to get judged no matter what you do. It's not your fault, though. It's not like you're doing something for people to judge you. People just judge people as a human nature, and that's going to continue throughout your whole life. You just can't let it affect you. Don't be scared to go to the gym because everybody that goes there is trying to improve their body. They're trying to improve something, okay? And it's the same thing that you're doing. And they're mainly going to be focused on that. So they're not going to be paying attention to see if you're doing something wrong or, how your body looks or anything like that. So go to whatever college helps you with your specific field. If you want to act, go ahead and try to go to maybe an art school or something like that heavily focuses on what you want to do because you don't want to go somewhere that doesn't provide you anything. See, that's a hard one because I never really studied. My parents always tried to tell me to study, but I never did. I always just play music. But for me to focus, I always played music in my head. I'll listen to a song during the test and that would help me do better. That's just me. I always say, I block people. So I don't really see any hate. And if I do, I'm not going to see it again because I'll just block you. You cannot let your past relationships affect your future ones, okay? Because not everybody's going to treat you bad. Not everybody's going to cheat on you. You just got to allow someone to break that barrier down. I understand having the wall up, but just bring it down a little bit. I think so. I think that's not really bad because I personally go after personality more over looks. I feel like your looks is just a plus, because looks can fade, you'll get old, and those looks won't be there. But your personality will always stay the same. So I go for that. For me, it got worse. Only because when I was bigger, nobody really talked to me. I was that person that people knew of, but y'all never really talked to me unless you wanted answers. And then when I got skinny, they treated me different. And when I experienced that and people treating me different and talking to me finally, as if I was a new person, but I never changed, it made me feel like people were really shallow and it made me look at people in a different light and it made me think differently. Don't even let them get to you, okay? You worked hard for your A. I understand how it is to be an A student because that's how I was. Don't even let them affect you, okay? Because one day you're going to be the boss of them. You're going to be the CEO of a company that are going to have to rely on you for their paychecks. First of all, I'm so sorry for all of Dwayne screaming in the background right now before I answer this question, because he's probably going to be doing it the whole time because he's playing Jump Force and playing the DLC characters right now, so I apologize. But to answer your question, you could Just tell them like, hey, like I just don't vibe with them. Like you don't have to. Like that's the thing. You don't have to vibe with your friends' friends. You're friends with that person. Doesn't mean that you're friends with their people. I say do both. It's your channel. You don't have to do just one thing. If you want to do a million things on your channel, you surely can. I would say try to incorporate your music into your gaming. I think that would be cool. Like if you like start off with like some music of your own and then you get into the game, and that could be fun. I think moving to a different state would be fun. I think it would be a fun experience only because you're going to be away from your comfort zone, which is like, you know, home. But like you get to experience like all different people, all different like environments and things like that. I think it'll be really good. Make sure that you have at least a year or at least 6 months worth of rent already secured, so you don't have to worry about living paycheck to paycheck. Don't paint because they're going to make you repaint it over, or you're going to have to pay some money because you want all that money back. I just tell them that I don't have to do it. You know, you're my friend, but I'm not going to do every single thing that you do. Like, I have my own mind. Like, I don't have to be peer pressured into anything. I don't smoke. I don't drink. Y'all could have that, and I'll be sitting here with my Sprite chilling. I will say this. If you want to do YouTube, you cannot treat it as a plan B. You have to treat it as the same as you would as a plan A, because a lot of time and effort goes into YouTube that people don't understand. Look, all of y'all with crushes and y'all want to tell them, but y'all are scared to, you better get some guts. And I'm being serious because y'all ask us every week and y'all need to get some guts because somebody else is going to have those guts and ask them out and then you're going to be mad. Just kindly walk up to them and just say, hey, you know, I just want to let you know that I think that you are really pretty, you're really beautiful, and I would love to get to know you better. And if they laugh at you or do whatever like that, then you don't need them. Just move on if they reject you. My best advice is to find something that works for you personally, because I went through so many different workout like regimens that only Zumba is the only one that worked for me, because I liked to dance and it was very close to my culture, which is Caribbean. I say the thing that people do wrong is trying to expect the same results as somebody else, because all of our bodies are different and we all react differently to different workouts. So because it worked for one fitness guru does not mean that it's going to work out for you. I say in high school, like if you don't want to work during school time, I would say try to work during the summer while you don't have class so that you're not stressed out trying to do both things, if that does stress you out. But I would say definitely while you're in high school so you can get that experience. You can do both, okay? You can go to school and go to college and do all of your homework and everything like that and get your classes done while doing music in your dorm. Like you don't have to choose one or the other. You could do both and satisfy yourself and your parents. Girl, do not worry about it, okay? Because prom is like a big party, okay? It's basically like a send-off party for seniors and graduating. So treat it like that. Get your cousin, get somebody that you like to go places with, and just party. Considering that I just experienced this, again, this is not my first time, but I've experienced death quite a few times. And I just know that whoever I lost or whatever I lost, they don't want me to be sad. I'm pretty sure that they would want me to continue life living the best way I can, considering that it could end at any time, you know, and I can't waste time wallowing and being depressed because someone is gone, because I know that they're always looking down on me. So that's how I deal with it. Depends on what you want to do, because like for what I do for gaming, I would say all you really need is the console that you're playing on and a basic laptop, because you could really record from there. But if you're doing like vlogging and everything, just get like a Sony camera. Obey the cones, obey the traffic light, obey the stop sign, and use your turning signal, because you will probably run into the right one day if you don't do any of those things and get cussed out by me. I don't know that one really, because honestly, I feel like it depends on the person, because there can be people that really need people in their lives to like really set them straight and keep them on the right path, versus people like me, I'm okay being by myself. So I don't know. You gotta try to block out those negative thoughts that'll continuously come in your head. You need to block them out and be like, this is not true. This is not gonna happen, because the more you think about bad stuff happening, the more it probably will happen. You gotta be positive. And two, you just gotta love yourself, you know? You just gotta appreciate yourself for who you are. Realize what makes you you and love that. Embrace it, because self-esteem is self-esteem. Nobody else can help you with your self-esteem. That would never happen. Stop it. I think it's good to tell them. I mean, like, if you're like a true honest friend, you would tell them the good and the bad. Like, you need to work on this, or you're doing good in this area. Like, you need to tell them both, not just one-sided. If they're doing something that's toxic or bad, you need to let them know, and they need to fix it. You know, there are amazing strides in the internet to where they have websites specifically for what you're asking for, like on World Star Hip Hop and XXX rated internet sites that you could go ahead and look that up all day. Not for me. If you're just starting YouTube, please do not focus on the view count, okay? Don't focus on your sub count, don't focus on your view count, because the more that you stay obsessed with those numbers, you're going to lose your mind and feel like you're not getting anything accomplished. Keep going, stay consistent on your channel, keep uploading, act like those numbers don't even exist, and just keep uploading and keep doing what you like to do, because eventually it's all going to be like a snowball effect, and it will come. Your success will come. Just stay positive. Of course, don't you see me and Dwayne? Of course I do. I'm living it right now, but it took me a while to get there, okay? I had to go through some frogs and some bad relationships. Ooh, my light went out. See, even it knew what I was talking about. Being born. If it was me, I would make jokes about it, only because humor lightens up the situation. 2, I don't want anybody to feel bad for me, you know? Like, I don't want people to treat me differently just because, you know, I have more fingers. Like, it doesn't matter. Oh, that wasn't your boyfriend. That was somebody that was talking to someone while you were in a relationship with them. They were a bitch. And you can get over him really quickly by finding somebody else that will treat you right, okay? You will find them, don't worry. You won't have to run into him anymore. Ignore them, because it is your life and it is your love life, okay? You decide when you are ready to be with somebody. You decide if you have found that somebody. I don't know why my hair just flipped like that, but you know. Oh, see, this is an interesting topic because I didn't work a 9 to 5. I worked a 9 to 8. That's almost 12 hours, okay? I worked a 9 to 8 every day in an inside bank inside of Giant almost every single day for 11 days. And once I got off of work, that's when Dwayne would pick me up because I didn't have a car. So he would pick me up in his car. We'd go to my parents' house and then record videos as soon as we got home. And I probably would be sitting there editing for a while and uploading for a long time. And my parents had very bad internet, so it took me like a good 4 or 5 hours to upload videos. So I really only got 2 hours of sleep while I was working and going to work on YouTube. But I did that because I really liked what I was doing and I wanted to put my all into it. And that brings me back to earlier when I said you have to treat YouTube as you treat your regular job. So that's exactly what I was doing. I basically had 2 jobs. I was doing bank work and YouTube. And looking back at it, yes, it sounds bad that I wasn't really getting that much sleep, but I was happy because I was feeling like I was accomplishing something that I want to accomplish. Because if I worked hard on YouTube as much as I do as at work, then I don't have to work here anymore. You know what? I understand because me and Dwayne both have a friend that has autism and we treat him like everybody else. Like, we treat him as if the autism doesn't even exist. So you might have to try to find people that are close to you that don't mind. Always go after your dream, okay? You go have a job to you know, support you so that you can live, but always go after your dream so that you're truly living. Like, because if you don't and you just go for a job that you don't even care about, you're just going to a job to basically keep you breathing. So you can't put down yourself before anybody even gets to see what you can do. Because if you do that, then nobody's going to know how great you are. Because you're not even seeing how great you are yourself. So you need to say, like, I got this. I'm good. I'm going to get this acting job and y'all are going to be amazed. I would say put sticky notes on everything that is a distraction for you. Like, say, like a TV screen or like your phone or whatever like that. And say, I am not being productive right now. Write that on that sticky note and that will remind you to get your ass up. If they already know that you like them, you already have like half the battle done. All you got to do is just walk up to them and be like, hey, give me them numbers though. Like, let me get them digits. You know, okay, don't do that. That was a little cringy, but like, you know, ask them nicely. Cut grass. Cut your neighbor's grass all across the neighborhood. You will get an easy 200 that day. For those that want to know what my hairstyle is, it is called Passion Twist. I usually use 1B hair color, but this time I use like ombre hair. I like going for the darker tones on the ends because I don't really like the blonde and the black. It's not for me. But also, fun fact about these, you know, every time I put these little like things in there. It's not for fashion. I actually have pieces of my own hair that is sticking out of it, and I want to keep it contained, so I use the beads. I think ghosting someone is very immature, because I know when I block someone, I usually tell them that I'm going to block you, and then I block you. But that's me being respectful, telling you that I'm cutting you off versus just not telling anyone. Stop caring about other people's opinions. Everybody's gonna have one. You're gonna run into people that may not like you, and that's fine. You do not have to be liked by everyone. Everybody doesn't have to have a positive opinion about you. You do, though. It's one thing if somebody's trying to give you like constructive criticism that'll help you, but if they're just like constantly giving you negative vibes and just bringing negative energy, they're just a hater. Don't respond to them. They're just hating. Just gotta practice, you know. You never know how to really get into anything without continuously doing that same thing. So in order for you to be more confident, just practice time behind the wheel in your neighborhood or like in a parking lot or something like that to make you feel familiar. First of all, happy Pride to everybody in the LGBT community. I love y'all. And two, yes, I think that you should, but make sure that it's in a setting where you two can have a conversation with no distraction and try to make her understand. I think you should try to definitely test drive some cars out if you don't have a car of your own. Like go to a dealership, say that you want to test drive it. You're probably going to need your learner's permit and somebody else with you. Or if you have your driver's license and you need to have that. But just try out some cars first before you do that. For me, I plan almost everything I do as far as like my channel wise, like days before I do it. Because I don't want to put out something and tweet out to the world and let you guys know that I'm going to do something and I end up not doing it. I feel like that's disappointing myself and you guys. So that's always keeping me. Go to HR, go to your human resources. They are being unprofessional. You don't want any of that. You don't want what they giving out, okay? You don't need a big fancy computer to do YouTube. You guys just use your phone. I always say this all the time because we did it. Like we did a lot of vlogs and a whole lot of things on our phone, but nobody ever noticed. So you could always use like iMovie. You could use, I don't know if you have the Samsung, but I'm pretty sure that they have editing apps. My advice would to be, I know it's gonna be hard, but have a conversation with your partner and say that, you know, you just want to explore and do things because you're still young, and I'm pretty sure that your partner might be around the same age too, so they can experience some things for themselves as well. If you hold on to that thought that you just said, you're never going to find anyone. And I'm saying this in the nicest way because you cannot treat people that have nothing to do with your past or how they treated you the same as somebody that has treated you wrong. That's just not fair. I've always liked video games. Always like anime. I've always liked superheroes, all that type of stuff, all the nerdy stuff. Nerdy, I say in quotations, but I've always liked this since I was younger. And so I'm thinking that if I have a channel, I might as well do something that I like, which is gaming. Hey, keep going. I'm glad I helped you, but keep going. Don't lose your positivity. I hope you get big as like Shane Dawson and all those people at the top. There are like some aim simulators that you could like do on a computer or I think your phone too. I'm not sure, but there's definitely some out there. You can look it up like on Google or anything, and they can actually simulate like moving targets or standing targets to help you with your aim. Now, see, if your brother keeps telling you what to do and you do it, you're allowing him to take control of your life. It's not his life, it's your life. So you make the decision on what you want to do. He can tell you and advise you on what to do, whatever, but ultimately the choice is yours at the end of the day. I would say that it depends on what you have inside the computer because I can't really tell based on the price. Like the price could be $500, but they could be giving you downgraded things. So I really don't know unless you say like the parts. How to keep up with your bills, how to pay taxes because it's very important. Keeping your credit up. That is the main thing because you could have all the money in the world, but if you have bad credit, you can't get anything. I personally think it's fine, but you need to communicate that with your partner to make sure they're on the same level as you. Because if they're not, then that might pose a problem as far as like, you know, trying to satisfy your partner's needs or whatever. We just talk to each other. I mean, there's nothing really to hide. Like, we don't hide anything with each other. We always talk to each other. We're always around each other. So if we feel like something's wrong, then we'll just bring it up because we trust each other. Like, we love each other a lot, so it's not going to change anything. I say make the most out of your high school experience altogether because you're not going to go there ever again. So you might want to go ahead and try some things out, meet some new people in different clubs and things, try some different sports or different arts or anything like that to make your year better. I know when I was in school, I never actually looked into people's eyes at all when I was doing any of my presentations. All I did was like just look at certain points of the wall between people so that I'm not looking at anybody's faces. It helped me. I don't know if it'll help you. I feel like if I set a goal for myself and I can't even achieve that, that means that I'm breaking my own contract within myself. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. I feel like if I set a goal, I should be able to achieve it and work towards it. And if I don't, then I'm going to be stuck in the same place that I am right now, and it's all my fault. You gotta remind yourself why you're working out in the first place and why you even want to do this for yourself. Because this is your body. It's not anybody else's. So if everybody else is telling you to lose weight, that's going to do nothing for you unless you want to do it actually yourself. Because when I lost weight, I didn't have anybody telling me to do it. I just had to do it myself. I actually did. I wanted to go to, where was it? Full Sail. I love that school. I wanted to go there, but it was so expensive and it was out of state and I didn't have that type of money. So I went to community college first so I could get my associates, and that didn't end up happening because I felt like it was a waste of time. Just try to see if it's okay to invite like a friend of yours or something along with you guys. So it's not just like a couple and then you. So it could be just like a couple and you and a friend, or a couple and you and somebody you like, something like that, so that it's not awkward and you don't feel awkward. Here's how I feel about peer pressure, okay? People could pressure you into doing things and try to convince you to do things, but it is up to you to decide to do that thing or not. So you can't really be pressured into anything unless you actually want to do it. Like if people are pressuring you to drink or to smoke or do anything that you don't want to do, you can kindly say no. There's a big power in no. Like, you don't have to do it. And if they're not okay with that, then fine. They have no control over your body. I wouldn't feel bad. I would see it as motivation that you have people around you that are succeeding and doing things, and maybe that could push you to strive more and work harder towards what you want so that you could be there too. You don't have to be alone in this, you could have a whole support system by not being in it, okay? School has a lot of drama that means absolutely zero once y'all get out. Like, I promise you. Hey, they can get these hands in real life if they want to, okay? It's not your fault that they don't have the hands in the game. They need to practice. Get your coordination up. Don't be mad at me. If you don't like the stress and the toil and work that you have to do when editing a video for your gaming, just stream. Just set it up and just stream so that way you don't have to edit a thing. If you want to make some highlight clips, then you might have to do that. But stream on Twitch. I would do that. Being more confident in yourself and knowing exactly who you are, because I promise you, looks will not matter to people that love your energy and love what you're putting out and what you're trying to do and trying to be successful. Just be confident in yourself. You can't bring yourself down. I just assume that they're ignorant, and I don't argue with ignorance. I don't continue conversation with people that don't want to open up their minds to what I have to say. So I just leave. Hey, my DMV squad. Okay, but anyway, I would say definitely just introduce them. Just say, hey, this is the girl I'm dating. You don't have to say, this is the white girl I'm dating. Like, you don't have to put a label on it. This is just your girlfriend, okay? Like, no racial. Honestly, it probably means not going to happen. You could tell them, like, hey, like, I got, this specific set of chores. I just need y'all to take out the trash, okay? Because it's stinking. It's making it seem like we don't take care of ourselves. And I'm not going to do everything, especially if we have roommates. So get to it. Get with it. I love y'all too. Thank you. Haters online, you can block them very easily, okay? There's nothing to worry about. Now, haters in real life, they can either be ignored, or you could block them on your phone, or you can block them from all social media so you can see you. The sad thing is you can't lose weight by being lazy. You just can't. Like, you have to get up. You have to be active. That's the whole point of working out. I wish that I could have been lazy losing my weight. I would have done it a long time ago. Of course, it's like going to a school that's like specifically tailored to what you want to do and what you want to work in your field. So I would definitely go there. Being in community college, you tend to worry about like, oh, like I'm still at home with my parents while like other people are out at universities off campus without their parents being there, but you are saving a whole bunch of money that you don't realize. Because once you finish your first 2 years at community college, you get an associate's degree. That's already 1 degree underneath your belt. If you are at a university, you have to wait 4 years to get your first degree rather than 2. So it's kind of like you're getting a head start, everything. You have to pay bills. You have to pay taxes. You have to pay attention. You just got to pay, okay? Got to pay for everything. I'm glad it is. Keep going for it. You got this. Say that they're weird for thinking that is weird. You are a human dating another human. Doesn't matter what race they are. They can get away with that. hey, that just means you're her first. I mean, it's not a bad thing. It's just gonna be you're her first relationship. Just try to make it a good one, you know? So let's take the popular word out of the equation because that has nothing to do with it. I don't care how many people know them or anything like that. You can still talk to them, okay? You're on the same level as them. You're a human just as they are. So you can go up to them and say, hey, but try to get them alone. Try to get them alone and say, hey, you know, like, I think that you are very beautiful. I think that we can mesh well together. You know, probably try to put in a joke there because jokes kind of help ease the tension and break the ice a little bit. And if they don't say yes, then it's okay. You just can't respond to everything, you know? Not everything requires a response because once you give that response to something negative, then it shows that it bothers you. Just don't give it any energy. Don't apply your positive energy to that's bothering you. Always follow your passions in life. Do not go that 9 to 5 route. If you do, only use that 9 to 5 to fund your passion, okay? Because that's what I was doing, okay? I hated all of my jobs, but I was doing YouTube at the same time. See, now that is probably one of my top pet peeves ever because all of our parents have grown up in a generation where internet wasn't even a thing, okay? But we grew up in a generation where it is. And things on the internet and social media, there are plenty of ways for you to make money. You can advertise, you can do sponsorships, you can do sponsor posts. It's so many things that you can do. It's like almost boundless. When you choose to do YouTube, you're actually choosing to do a full-time job that you actually enjoy, you know, and you can inspire people to do things that they enjoy too, instead of being told that you have to do a job where you have to have a boss that tells you to come in to do a job that you hate. And guess what? All of us YouTubers are paying taxes. You know why? Because it's a real damn job, okay? So show them all of the success that YouTubers have and show like what they're doing in their lives to show that this is a real thing and you can make money from it. I'm sorry for going on my rant, but there is no such thing as a fake job. What is a fake job? A job that you get paid in Monopoly money? Like, are we getting paid Monopoly money? It is a real damn job, okay? Get with it. First off, I'm very sorry that that happened to you because you had a whole lot of weak people try to jump you because they couldn't fight you one-on-one and win. So you're not the loser. You're very much the victor because they all look weak. I honestly don't know the answer to that question because I get my hair probably rebraided every month or so just because I'm trying to grow my hair a little more. But I never like wrap my hair or do those things that people do on YouTube. I don't do it. I just go to sleep. I don't really get mad or angry towards certain situations because I feel like a lot of things aren't worth it. A lot of things don't really matter to me as far as like down the road. Like I think like long term, like will this really matter to me later on? No. If I'm in a certain situation that doesn't affect me long term, I don't tend to care that much. So it's not like I'm going to get super angry and curse somebody out over that. Now gaming, I would get mad on that all day because it just happens. I would say babysit, or if it's the summertime, like now, like not volunteer, I'm sorry, because then you're not going to pay, but try to get hired at a summer camp. You might not like the kids, but at least you're getting, you know, money.